Malachi ran away, dude.
What goes around just comes around. 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 What goes around just comes around.
What's up, bitches? It's Friday night, and it is time for the 191st week of Epileptic Gaming.
9 to go, dude. The countdown started.
Did you ever notice, like, that girl in that opening video? She's kind of hot.
She is kind of hot, dude.
She gets hotter each week that we have
Every
to
week
see her.
we see her, she gets a little bit hotter, dude. I don't know if it's the beer or the fact that we've done 191 episodes, and I had to look at you guys for a good majority.
That
of them.
has a lot to do
We
with
make
it.
everyone look a lot hotter.
I know.
I
you
can
do.
tell you, though, that when Natal comes out, I'm definitely going to be looking at dresses with her, for sure. For sure. What's up, guys? I'm djWHEAT. Joining me, as always, Force and Nice Guy Ed. Guys, what is up?
What's up? Good day today. Into the quarter. Force got a bonus day off. Sit home, play Uncharted all day. It was like, it's from heaven.
That
was awesome.
That makes me upset. I did get to do that.
I mean, like, what a
jealous.
perfect game,
so
too,
far
to just get to
it's-
just spend a bonus day off with.
So far, it's been okay.
Dude, Cat's going all Sam Fisher on us
okay,
right
dude.
now. It's like-
I told you my problem is I didn't play the first one, so I don't have a really vested interest in the hero yet. I will
go back
Dude.
and play the first one.
No, dude, I'm playing the second one.
You could beat it quickly. You could do it.
You could beat it real quickly.
I mean,
or you could go and play through this one and then pretend like Uncharted is a flashback.
yeah, that's maybe what I'll do.
Yeah.
They're
both equally
The
good.
problem
Part 1 is
is
still
that-
amazing, but part 2 is holy shit.
The problem is like this chick rolls out of nowhere, and I'm like, who's this bitch?
Well, that bitch is completely new. She's not even in the first one.
Well, then I'm fine.
You're
dude.
just as invested as us.
Yeah,
it's not
man.
till halfway through the game when old shit
good. I
starts
thought it was
happening.
picking up on somewhere where I was like, what the fuck? Did I throw
I
it in
thought
this
we
girl
weren't
in the
talking
first
about
game,
Uncharted.
and then what? And now she's like, hey, I'm fucking your buddy.
Yeah, yes, actually, kind of. But we are all playing Uncharted, and, spoilers. Well,
There's no
dude,
spoilers.
you guys all got to be further ahead than I am.
Yeah.
So
How's there
let's not hear it.
spoilers?
Everyone's like, oh, I'm on like chapter 21. I'm like, oh.
Dude,
I
I'm
think
gonna
I
tell you
just
right
hit
now.
double digits.
I know. I was just where
the girl
Sully
I'm
died.
talking about is like in the very first part of the fucking game. She comes sauntering in with her fucking.
Yeah, it was
little-
actually Force who dropped the spoiler bomb, but you
Yeah.
know, I'm not gonna. I ain't gonna hate. You know, I can't. I look forward.
What spoiler bomb?
you know,
Well, I mean, technically, I didn't know that
don't.
what's her
Yeah.
name was in it.
That who's
That
what's her
Laura
name?
Croft was in it.
God, dude. Why'd you
Sorry,
tell
I'm
him?
sorry, dude.
What the
I'm
fuck?
sorry.
Why
I
did you
thought
tell
everyone
him?
knew. I thought that people just
you
knew.
see, the
that it
problem
was
is
like,
that I'm gonna play it a lot more this next week, but I want. What the fuck is James doing,
I
dude?
think
Why
he's
is he
pretending to be a
squawking?
wonder pet.
How do you hear
Wonder
it through
Pet,
those
Wonder Pet.
headphones?
We're on
That's what I want to know.
Because
I
he's
thought
a
those
loud,
headphones
he's
cut off
fucking
all
loud, dude. He
outside
is fucking
sound.
loud as fuck.
Wow.
But I've been
What a
trying to
waste of
focus
money.
my
Good
time.
thing they were free.
They were free. They were swag, dude. Fucking, I love the Koreans. But I've been investing my time in the game we're gonna review. I'm gonna review it tonight.
You're fucking piloting solo. Like, Hutch, I really don't even know the last time this actually happened.
I remember the last time I was so jealous too. I wanted to be playing it with him, and things didn't happen, and I'm jealous.
You've done it.
We're jumping out of a plane on Sunday too, aren't we?
Apparently.
Yeah, just so
I'm
you know,
ready.
there may not be a show next week because the three of us are going
That's gonna be a
skydiving.
scary
on
Actually,
thought.
Sunday.
didn't we like sign a clause with the company who owns Epileptic Gaming to say that we would not do dangerous shit as a
I've never signed
Triad.
that. Way.
I don't remember
I've
signing anything.
never,
I would love to have something
ever
to sign.
signed
Some
that
legitimacy.
I didn't either.
I enjoy doing dangerous shit.
We're jumping out of a plane with
So.
Schizo, and I hope
No one dies.
No. I hope that we don't get fucked by weather. Or
I
kind
of hope like
stupid
somebody
ass
does
like
get
that.
fucked up because I want to see what it looks like when they're bouncing from up above.
Maybe we'll get lucky and a
Thanks.
UFO will come and take us.
Thanks.
I want to hear
Yes.
your screams in my fucking headset, like ah!
I can't
but,
wait.
You know, it'll only be funny if I go down there and you're like, "Oh, I'm okay, dude."
I'm gonna pretend like I'm in Crackdown, or what was the last game? Was it Prototype?
You be making machine guns at the air as you're falling down in the sky?
No. But like in Crackdown and Prototype, you know, when you maybe it was more Prototype where you'd like jump down and it's like a free fall and you
Float back down to the ground.
free fall, and you just sort of got that feeling of falling it.
I love, dude.
We'd be like,
I love.
"Prototype!"
It is the most erotic sensation to me. The feeling of falling.
Erotic?
Yeah, dude. I get a fucking hard on every time.
Why do you gotta have me thinking about that? We already gotta
What?
go. We
In a
already gotta
fucking roller
jump with
coaster.
another
Like,
dude strapped
what?
to
Yeah,
us.
dude.
What?
I hope I'm strapped to you, so fucking you can hear it go ding.
No, we won't. None of us will be strapped to each other. Thank fucking God. You know, in fact, I'm gonna mention that to the guy as soon as we get that guy. He gets a
He gets a
boner when
fucking
he
chubby,
does.
dude.
Give him the guy who's
Hey,
also like him.
give him the guy who will give the reach
Them
around.
Go down together in that crazy fucking. What? I'm just gonna be walking off like that. Guy, that was awesome, you guys. I'm so. Can we just go now?
Well, I'm gonna drop
Is
it
it
and be
all
like,
good?
"What? No reach around, asshole."
I'm upset. I was looking forward to it. Now you guys have just ruined it for me.
Ford's gonna be like, "Oh man, all I can think about is Ed's boner as he's free falling."
And he's just gonna start watering at the mouth.
Ford's just gonna like look. It's like Forrest looks over, and Ed is just like, "Yeah." That's all right. Let's talk about video games. This month's Play magazine, actually, if you open up to it's October, I think it's got Magna Carta 2 on it, which I've never had any desire to play, but
You
I've
read
always
about
liked
that
the
at all,
girls.
Ed?
No, I haven't.
It's supposed to be
Been on
some
there.
old school RPG, and it looks pretty good.
And if you cycle to page 61, and more importantly, right between the Cursed Mountain for the Wii review, which I have mentioned on the show, and the epicness that is Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 with, yes, boob-controlled 6-axis function, is actually a picture of yours truly, djWHEAT, in a Jinx ad that actually promotes Epileptic Gaming and live on Twitch.
We're legit. We got
Yeah.
in a printed magazine that I saw at Barnes and Noble.
All 9 people that read
There's
Play
at least 11 of us.
at least one of them will at least go, "Oh, yeah."
Play's my favorite magazine. Every time I go to Barnes and Noble, they're all $10 a piece, except that one's $6. So that one
It
I
actually-
always
Have
end up
you
picking
read?
up.
Have you read Retro Gamer yet? Do you read it there?
No, I haven't.
Deborah
I mean, I've looked through it
Deborah
every
just
time
got
I go.
the
I look through it,
anniversary.
but they're always too expensive.
Deborah just got the anniversary edition, and it's pretty fucking dope.
Dude, they always give good swag with those European magazines too. They always come bagged with a book or a calendar or a huge DVD.
I want to give a shout out. I don't do this very often, but I want to give a shout out to Nana Milk Tea because she plays more Animal Crossing out of all of my Twitter followers than anyone else. Just so you know.
That's worth bragging about.
She
That's
was
worth
talk-
getting a shout out about.
Apparently, she was like,
Can you
I
throw
don't,
frown out?
She's like, "I don't like Uncharted 2's co-op. I'm going to play Animal Crossing."
I want
was
to use
like,
my Wii speak.
Word. All right. Got through that. News of the week. I think. Unless you guys got it. We've already spoiled Uncharted, and we're not even like 10 minutes into the show. So,
And we're not even doing Uncharted this week.
and we're not even doing Uncharted this week. So, yeah, let's do it. News of the week.
Epileptic Gaming's News of the Week.
And you know what? I love this because Ed is always like, "God, your quick news is like, it's like a fucking amoeba that just doubles every show, and like it's now one whole page."
Dude, I'm sorry that you're fucking Barbara Walters when it comes to fucking the quick news.
This is Barbara Walters on Epileptic Gaming. Yesterday, actually, Force asked me, dude. And I think he asked me this because I honestly believe that Force thought maybe he left Mass Effect 2
I thought I left it off
your
my list. Yep.
He was like, "Oh my god, dude, what is the audience going to say?" Well, he asked me, "Dude, when does Mass Effect 2 come out?" And now I have an answer. It comes out January 26th, actually.
The day I mean, like the world knew that Force needed this news,
And
then
you
they
got
released
it.
He was
the date.
You got it.
craving.
They
ME2 news.
are also going to have several pre-order options where you can get fucking cool armor that gives you bonuses. Yay.
Yay.
You're still gonna pre-order it.
No, but
no. That'll be one of those days where I look to see who's giving me the $20 gift card.
It's going to be to the point now, though. Like, if you put half down for the game, we'll give you this little bit better armor set, you know? And if you pay for it outright right now,
dude, they picked that
before
up.
it comes out in 8 months, we will give you the ultra epic purple rare fucking
But you know where
armor
this
set
crosses over from, don't you?
of Shepherd's Doom.
Fucking MMOs, dude. This is the gimmick MMOs have been doing forever.
They used to always get me to pre-order just to get that bonus ring
Yeah,
or
exactly.
extra gold or pet.
It's pretty bad. Anyway, sets of armor. Woo! The new Resident Evil synopsis. And did you know that
haven't even read
fucking
this yet.
douchebag Paul W.S. Anderson is married to Mila Jovovich?
He
How
is.
did I
Did
know
you
that
know?
forever?
But I mean, like,
That's been
the
around
general
forever.
audience.
I didn't know that.
Like, you know everything about movies, okay? Back off, okay? We have some
I
uneducated
would
folk
totally
out there.
pee in her butt too.
Like, guys, like, they're like, we've got the new Resident Evil movie synopsis. And in my best movie voice, in a world ravaged by virus infection, turning its victims into the undead, Alice continues on her journey to find survivors and lead them to safety. Her deadly battle with Umbrella Corporation reaches new heights, but Alice gets some unexpected help from an old friend. A new lead that promises a safe haven from the undead leads them to Los Angeles. But when they arrive, the city is overrun by thousands of undeads, and Alice and her comrades are about to step into a deadly trap. Resident Evil 1?
I was just
Like,
going to say,
every
that sounds like the
fucking
exact
Resident
movie we
Evil,
just
like,
watched.
I mean, did someone really walk into, like, William Morris and, like, okay, guys, okay, in a world ravaged by zombie. Like, what the fuck is any fucking
Really? All they've
different?
done? What was the last one?
Why-
Was it Vegas?
Why
Was that the
can't
last?
they
I mean,
make-
they've literally just swapped locations
Why
from whatever
can't they
part 3
make
was
a
to Los
Resident
Angeles.
Evil movie.
They've
in the
already fucked it
mansion
up. Yes.
in Raccoon City, like that follows the fuck, dude. It's like
Because
that.
Hey,
they're
but
idiots.
It's
I
like
heard, I heard that
Advent
part
Sh-
5
or-
was supposed to be the reboot. So
Part
they're going to
five
let him
within.
screw one more up, and then they're completely handing it off to new people.
Dude, not until I see Chris Valentine or Chris Redfield and
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
Jill Valentine, the motherfucking master of unlocking, on screen. And you know what? For that matter,
You've
it better
seen them
be
both
like
on screen.
It needs to be like what?
Jill was like an unbelievable representation of Jill in the game.
Yeah, sure. I meant
Not
on
being a smartass, dude.
Oh.
In part 2, she was one of the
Look how
worst.
disappointed
no,
he
I
is.
thought
It's
you
like
actually-
he opened a present. and
I'm
was
sorry.
Like,
I thought you
man.
meant like in Resident. I thought you were referring to the game.
No,
Resident
in
Evil
the
5,
movie.
where it was
I'm like,
like
we've
in
seen
the
her on
movie,
screen.
The movie needs to be with Wesker and fucking Jill and fucking Chris and like Raccoon City, like
Dude,
fucking.
I will only be happy if it is exactly what you said, Hutch. And then what is the movie with that they did for Project Greenlight that I'm like totally blanking right now that made 3 and the first one
Feast?
was unbelievable. Feast, right?
Just in Raccoon
and
City.
it
They
needs
just
to
got
be
to
like
defend Raccoon
it-
City from
just
a
like
bunch
Feast.
of shit.
As soon as Jill comes on, it needs to be like Jill Valentine, master of unlocking, and then I'll be like, total fan service. I'm sold. Best movie ever. Go. Speaking of movies.
Oh, yeah, I can't believe that they have to like get this shit so far out ahead of time. But Resistance 3 has been like announced via a billboard on a movie set of Battle Los Angeles is the name of the movie. It comes out in 2011. So they haven't officially announced that they're making it, but now that you see a billboard for it, the world's kind of looking at, 2011 might be the date of the next one. And you can see like
Yeah.
in the letters Resistance, sort of the New York skyline.
The
so,
A is the Statue of Liberty.
so they're already like, ooh, Resistance
So we're
3
going to be shooting
2011
gray monsters, and
in the statue.
Yeah,
they need to like really step it up. I
They
think,
need to step the game up.
in that one.
It'll be tough to compete with what we've seen since then and the stuff that's coming out. So,
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
but now I've seen what Naughty Dog can do. Holy shit! Imagine them making a first-person shooter. I'd love to see it.
I'd be down. I'd be totally down with what they could do. It's amazing. In other sort of franchise news, Fist of the North Star, right? So, I mean, you've either watched the Fist of the North Star anime. Know that it has existed as a manga. You've played the shitty NES and Super Nintendo games like from way back in the day. They also did a Genesis game, but I don't think that Fist of the North Star, maybe sans PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2, has ever truly seen like a big next-gen release. And they are going big on this shit. And this series has been running since 1983.
That's one of the few cartoons that, I actually sat through the whole movie, and I was really violent, if I remember right.
You're already dead.
Dude, how bummed are you that you don't have a fucking HD TV?
Who? For what?
Nana Milk Tea.
Oh, Nana Milk Tea?
That
does suck.
Dude. I would have not bought a PS3 and bought a fucking HD television first.
One of
Dumbass.
the great things about Fist of the North Star is that it's extremely violent. It's always been. I'm interested. They believe that they are going to sell.
It would
the
be
fuck out of
if
this
they
game.
go all M-rated, it'd be fun to see. Fun to see what they do nowadays.
Yeah, they think that they are going to sell the shit out of this game. Go ahead.
And I guess this isn't really a surprise to anyone, but Infamous 2 has sort of been announced too via. I should have wrote down the dude's name, but some voice actor who's being cast in the part of Cole. So apparently they're like trying to redo the main character, maybe try to give him more of an edge. But Infamous 2's in production now too, thanks to that's actually kind of the new way people are getting news about video games is through all these actors who are appearing on set who can't keep their mouths shut. So look for that one soon too.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised either.
I'm not surprised at all. What do WoW and Saving Private Ryan have in common? Look at this freaking cat, dude. What is up? Sorry, I didn't know this was Cat McCatstein show. What do WoW and Saving Private Ryan have in common, Hutch?
Testicles?
Wow.
I don't even know where to go with that.
No,
Especially how you
let me
say
guess.
That's a WoW. Where are you gonna
Maybe-
see WoW's got testicles.
Well, there's a lot of guy players.
All right, I'll give you that.
Maybe it's that they're going
I
to be
get it now.
directed. The movie's going to be directed by the same person.
No.
Written?
But
Spielberg.
penned by.
Spielberg.
I'm like, yeah,
Spielberg's
you're
directed
actually
it.
no, you're not. Penned by the same dude. Yeah. So you know what? If we see a scene of like fucking Taurens and night elves like running out and getting arrowed in the head and just fucking massive destruction, and
I'm actually really surprised because this might be
cool.
one of the first ones that him and his brother Sam Raimi and Ivan Raimi always write all their movies. I'm really kind of taken back that they wouldn't have tackled something like this. That's right up their alley. They'd have to farm it out to a dude who made a war movie.
JP Juices 23. If you're going to call us pussies, at least spell it right. It's Pussies.
He was saying epileptic pussies like the cat.
Oh, I just spelled
Because of the
pussy
cat.
ED.
I know you're defensive, brother. I know you're
damn.
defensive. See, this, ladies and gentlemen, this has been an exceptional public service announcement just to show that random chat room reading can indeed fuck you up. See, you totally out of context.
You
Ed,
care. You
I have
care.
to say,
You got served, bitch.
you got served, bitch.
I like this next story because I love the thought of like these two companies are both kind of pissed at each other. But GameFly is accusing the post office of giving preferential treatment to Netflix, even going as far as to say that they've seen actual
Boxes.
post offices that
Is
say
there
Netflix
footage?
only
Is there
slots.
footage
I don't
of
know.
this?
That's what they say. They
Pictures?
actually say that they have photos
What the fuck?
of
Did
them.
they put like a plant? They're like, you can get hired at that post office.
No,
Well, the
but they
post
just took
office
pictures.
said we do not give preferential treatment to anyone. We treat all of our customers the same. These things don't exist, but they've got photos of
Dude,
actual post office that have Netflix only slots.
I believe, Force, that it has a lot to do with sort of like the way that, people call that a hard drive. They'll call a Blu-ray a DVD, just because, or a CD, like they will call a Netflix or a GameFly or a Redbox or something a Netflix just because Netflix was like the first ones to do it. And so, you know what I mean? Like, I think that it's one of those things that the post office is just kind of stupid.
So were you pointing at your computer or your vaporizer when you were calling it?
I was like, some people might call that a hard
they
drive.
might call that a hard drive. My Vicks vaporizer.
The computer.
Oh, okay.
So you're saying they just call anything that comes
You
through
know
the
what I
mail
mean?
a Netflix?
Like, I'm trying to think of another example. It's like, you know how sometimes dumb parents will just call every console a Nintendo
Yes.
because that's the one they
Yes.
know? I'm saying that it's kind of like that. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but I think that in a lot of these cases, it's just sort of like Netflix or anything that looks exactly like a fucking Netflix. I mean, it's just because it's GameFly, I don't think.
Now, I would have agreed with you if it wasn't for this next story that happened today. And apparently, let me get this guy's name. Reginald Johnson is now a former post office worker.
Yeah.
The reason why he is a former post office worker is because he's
Peace.
been arrested and accused of stealing over 2,000 GameFly DVDs. During the actual arrest, when they pulled up on his house, he took off in his SUV, wrecked his SUV, then took off on foot. In his vehicle, they found a whole bunch of GameFlies, and then on his person, in
And
his bag, he had a ton of GameFlies.
Yeah,
That
he's like
actually
got a backpack
160.
shit like Gameflies
How,
were like
dude?
falling out of
Had
his
160
That,
backpack.
dude.
GameFly discs on him at the time
That
of his
just
arrest.
goes to show you the fucking level of fucking intellect you need to work at the post office. Because
Well, yeah,
how
'cause-
the fuck do you think you're not going to get caught with all these? Oh,
$86,000. That's what they say. He stole $86,000
Holy
worth of
shit,
video games from the
80
company.
and this here's the sad part, and I'm sorry that like I was like, man, put this guy, like, throw the book at him, get him in jail. But then I read the next part, which kind of touched my heart a little bit. Like, I felt a little bit of pity, a little bit of sympathy when they said that he had like 8 copies of Wii Fit. I was like, dude, that sucks, brother.
Can I ask something?
But
Can I ask something? Who the hell would GameFly Wii Fit?
Wii Fit, I don't know. I have no fucking clue.
apparently 8 people did.
Be like,
And they're
oh,
pissed.
Because I
was
wonder
awesome.
if you can fit the Wii balance board in one of those little DVD slots.
Fucking it. That reminds me of the Mega 64, their last video. They took a PSP Go, and they like tried to. They just tried to.
Tried to jam a
the whole
disc in.
bit of the video is like trying to jam a
We couldn't
disc
get the
in.
disc in.
And like the funniest part of it is when Rocco takes this big slab of butter and like slides it open and puts it in there and just like tries to fucking jam. But he actually tries to take it back to the store, and it's kind of funny. I mean, it it's pretty good if you haven't seen it yet. A shitload of people are playing Uncharted 2, right? That also
Believe it or not.
includes. That also includes.
three.
We are. It also includes Major Nelson, who is like
From
one
Xbox?
of. Yes.
Really?
The voice
Yes.
of the Xbox.
Where he tweeted, "I'll have to pick up Uncharted 2 this week. It's being very well received. Congrats to Naughty Dog on a job well done." You know what? Call it crazy,
Dude,
but I think
that's
there's
props.
maybe it's props,
have
but
we
at the
ever
same
heard
time, I think
anybody
there's a
from-
little bit of jealousy there. And
Oh, what
in
the
his
fuck?
voice.
What?
Still
I'm
cool
just
to see
saying.
something
Oh
from
my
Xbox.
God,
I'm
dude.
just saying.
Shut the fuck up,
I'm just saying
dude.
when like every.
Seriously.
I mean, I'm sorry that like Halo's no longer like the most critically acclaimed game of all time. But
Oh my god, dude.
hey, it's just the baton I think is being passed.
Yeah, that's like saying like Naughty Dog's never picked up Gears of War. Or
Yeah,
Sony's
dude.
never.
What it is Major
I'm
Nelson's
just saying.
fucking man enough to be like, all right, dude, it's a good
Yeah,
game.
did you read the story
Fucking
about
congrats.
the credits? Of
When's one of those
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
PlayStation
the credits
fucking
where they
pussies gonna
say
step
they
up
actually
and be
thank Bungie in their credits. Naughty Dog thanks Bungie and Infinity Ward in their credits.
I'm totally just being a hater. I
Yeah.
agree with you.
You're being a dick.
I wish that I saw more of this because it's stupid to think that we live in a reality where these guys, like, I would want the guy in
When I
charge
was
of Xbox
playing that,
to be all over that.
Believe
shit,
it or
right?
not, while I was playing that, I was thinking to myself, I wonder if like Shigeru Miyamoto like plays a game like this. Like, does he ever play it and just say,
course, dude.
"Why the
He
why
better.
why are we so behind in the times?" Like, I just can't believe he doesn't play that
Because-
and just get his face freaking melted and realize
Nah,
that waving a wand.
he prints
take you
money,
so far, dude.
He prints money. He's like,
he doesn't fucking care, dude. He can wave his hands from side to side.
Hey, he basically said though that the next Wii is HD. He's like, we will progress
Yeah,
as the sets and households.
So he says.
Progress.
So he says. This one is for you, but I wrote it.
Oh, this is actually kind of. Oh no, I jumped ahead of story.
Yeah, about the cross game chat PS3.
Are you excited for that? Because
No.
I've never chatted in a
But
game
you're
at all.
the one- you
But-
always bring up like the enhancements that these systems
Oh,
have.
the fact that I get
a
to bash the Xbox because, well, apparently what's happened is that Naughty Dog leaked that
Right.
cross-game chat's coming to PS3 in the next firmware update, so you'll be able to chat with people across other games, sort of like an Xbox Live Party, which we've had forever.
That's right.
Yeah, dude, we've had that for fucking the grip.
So the whole point of it was,
Yeah.
they only got like maybe 100 firmware updates to go, and they finally caught up to Xbox Live. So props
101.
on your first baby
You
step.
do, dude. You do got to admit, Xbox Live.
Oh,
has
it
a
fucking owns the fuck
it
out of
owns
the PS.
the fucking PlayStation.
It
Network,
does.
dude. It
Although,
does.
which we will mention later on, but because of the cross media bar, like Beaterator is awesome because it uses like a cross media bar in its game, and it's perfect. Anyway, it just like I think it sucks ass, but here's an application where I'm like, wow, the cross.
I don't
media
mind
bar
the
is
cross
perfect
media
for it.
bar. I actually like the cross media bar to select stuff. It's that once I get into the selection screens, then it's all fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan, you guys. Where are we at? Oh, yes.
Next one, especially
Yes.
since my kid has been watching.
For
the
dude,
Super Mario shows,
dude,
he's just been watching.
James
the
is
shitload out
even
of them.
like he knows exactly what the fuck is up, but Captain Lou is dead.
That sucks.
Yeah, dude. And
What he died? Just
some
old
people,
age?
I'm
Old
not
age.
exactly sure, but some people, may not know who the fuck he is.
Some younger.
Well, for guys like all three of us here, he was one of the characters who not only made WWF wrestling what it was back in the day, like
yeah,
certainly a character, but for many, he was also the live action face of Mario for
Yeah, not
a
Bob
while.
Hoskins, you little bitches. It was
Yeah,
Captain
Bob Hoskins
Albano
was the movie
Mario.
version.
No, Bob Hoskins. sucked
Captain Lou
balls.
was the show.
He
And you
sucked
remember the
balls.
wrestling cartoon?
I do. He was in
God,
that
dude,
as
he was
well.
in that too.
So
And he was Cyndi Lauper's dad.
yeah, allegedly, and he was also in the Goonies video.
Yeah,
for
wasn't
some
he? I
reason.
thought he was Cyndi
even
Lauper's
because
dad.
Cyndi Lauper sang it. No, she never. it was
He
all
appeared
fake.
in that video, though.
Yeah, he was in that video for whatever reason. So to acknowledge his passing, to commemorate his passing, or rather celebrate his life, Nice Guy Ed is now going to perform the following.
I can do it.
Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step, and then again, let's do the Mario all together now.
All we see is your
You got
crotch, dude. It's not even.
It's the Mario.
All I see is his ass. That's
Mario,
even worse.
Swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time
got
to
it, dude.
go. Do the Mario, take
yeah.
one step,
You know-
and then again, let's do the Mario. all together
Stop.
Let's do the Mario all
I
together
do the
now.
eye stabbing with the microphone.
What might actually be even more epic than that right there is the, and I think it's this one.
Is it
yeah,
the remix? You
Like
got a
no,
remix?
no, like because for some reason I was just thinking that was the intro, but you guys.
No, that's the full song. dude.
Hey, paisanos, it's the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
What?
Wait,
With the Mario Brothers and
Oh, yeah. You don't understand. This gets put on repeat when my kid falls asleep. I've heard this.
oh shit! Yeah, I forgot how like I don't know. I didn't realize there
terrible
was
it
a
was,
point
or
where they were
how good it
trying
was?
to like adhere or maybe be
That-
in
th-
front
that
of
song-
a
no,
younger
that song
black
is
audience.
Appeal to the
Yeah,
that's
kid
how-
plays
Dude,
at the
check it.
time.
That's how the
Exactly.
show led, and then the steroid voice.
Dude, that
version
show broke boundaries,
is
dude.
how it
Paved
ended,
ways for
dude, is
all
how
of
it ended.
film today.
What was like?
Wiki.
Do the Mario. Swing your
Stop.
All right,
I guess
all right. Let's see. So a few weeks we reported that Guitar Hero 5 was outselling Rock Band Beatles, but now that Rock Band Beatles has had some time to sort of spread itself around, it looks like that Rock Band Beatles has pulled ahead and is now sort of the leader, if you will. Now, according to initial reports, it's not by a lot, and
I actually
people
didn't
think
believe
that-
it would be ahead at all.
and it is
Just because the Guitar Hero name, not quality or anything, just because that name's been out for so long.
The only other thing I had to say about this is that I really got it. I really believe that has to do with saturation of that brand.
You mean just people just tired of it?
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
I mean,
Can you believe the demo for Band Hero came out yesterday, and it's only been like a week maybe since the Guitar Hero 5
dude,
demo came out.
how many are Activision gonna pump out before I don't mean to be a fucking rock band, nut sack slinger, but they, for whatever, it's like, oh my god, Rock Band 3, oh my god, Rock Band. It's just they have done it right. Like whatever their timing is, whatever agreements they've made.
Well, you got to keep in mind that Rock Band 2 is really like their Guitar Hero 4. I mean, they made Guitar Hero 1 and 2, and then Rock Band 1 and 2.
Yeah, but
you know what I say? Just
props
fuck
to
them
them.
all, dude.
They were like, look what we did wrong.
Shitty fucking games,
man.
Dude.
Whatever, dude.
Whatever. Those games suck fucking balls.
Well, you know what? It doesn't help my argument when fucking Activision is bringing out one every other goddamn week, and that's
it's
why
letting
I'm very
more
vocal.
fucking credibility to the thought that I have that they're just pumping out fucking games like EA does Madden.
They are, but you know what?
NCAA, and NBA, and all that
Rock
fucking
Band
bullshit, dude.
There's not been 50 million Rock Bands, and there have been 50 million fucking Guitar
Yeah,
Heroes.
look right there. There's gonna be a U2 version, dude, and that's when I'm gonna go buy a gun and fucking put my head.
No, they want to be, but you know what? They're
get
like, no.
Dude,
what?
Whatever,
Rock
dude.
Band would do you.
Bono is fucking like
they would.
Fuck that.
The fucking
Man,
Jesus
fuck
Christ
that.
of our time.
They're gonna hold out for Michael
batteries.
Jackson, and that'll be it. Actually, they have said they want to do Green Day too.
U2.
I'm down for Green Day. Anyway, let's move.
Dude, U2's gonna that's gonna suck. Fucking
beautiful
God,
day. I could totally.
Green Day would be dope.
That'd
dude.
be the only song I'd play.
Fuck Bono.
You're such a hater, dude.
Hang him on a cross.
What do we got?
Dude.
Another one? Oh, yeah. This is it. So Eliminate from, how do you say this anyway?
Nenjimako?
Nenjimako?
Yep.
No, that's not right, is it?
How do you say it?
I think it's Engmoko.
Okay, well, I say Njimoko.
Njimoko.
I think it's...
I don't know.
I don't do silent G's
they
well.
They make iPhone games, right?
I don't do silent G's well.
They make iPhone games.
Negamako.
There's a new one coming out called Eliminate. And
it looks good. It does look good.
Is our news of the week song
a U2 song? Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
It's a remix.
Change it.
It's a remix.
Fucking change it.
You got owned, dude.
I do,
it's a
dude.
YouTube mashup, yes.
Sweet, dude. Joshua Tree, best fucking album ever, dude. Fucking...
Yeah, man.
Let's go feed the children.
We're totally, yeah. You play bass and I'll play guitar. Eliminate. So they've made this first-person shooter, totally like Quake 3. Looks amazing. Looks like it moves amazing. Not sure how exactly it controls, but based off of what I see, looks fucking amazing. I'm hoping that it hits the store tomorrow. It looks fucking awesome.
I'm bummed out because I don't know if it'll hit over the weekend, but given that free first-person shooter, and what they're doing is, the way it works is like as you kill people, you get credits to level up your gear and shit. But apparently on the free version, you can only play so many rounds to actually earn credits to level yourself up, and then they want you to pay money to be able to continue to level up. So what'll happen is you'll play 5 stages and you can't earn anything. You're just playing it for fun until it recharges, and then you can earn credits again. But you can pay tokens to always be earning credits. And that's what they're going to do is they're going to try to do these now mini purchases within an iPhone game to try to make their money. It's almost like an MMO, a microtransaction, kind of deal. And I think, Quake 3's tried it. A lot of different, MMOs have tried it, and I'm excited to give it a shot and see, how enjoyable it is for free.
Do you think you would ever put
money
into it?
It depends on if, we get addicted to it and I see a payoff. If it's just cosmetic enhancements, probably not. If it's access to different weapons and shit, yeah, that's a little different. Assuming I can still kill people even on the free version.
It's kind of like a one of its kind, and I think it's going to prompt a lot more.
Have you seen what iPhone's done now?
By the way, this beer is fucking amazing.
I told you, it's so
incredible.
Good, isn't it?
Did you see what they allowed with their software yesterday? The ability to now
free apps
can purchase the extended level, so now they can give you level 1, and then you can just buy from within the app the rest of the levels if you like it, so they don't have to constantly keep releasing a light version and a regular version.
Evolution
just flood that
of microtransactions for sure. Well, at least on the iPhone. I'm interested in hoping that it doesn't fucking kill my pocketbook. How are we doing on time? Not too bad. What are we doing? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, quickly, I'm just going to not read out this whole thing. So last week we talked about the PSP mini games. Force said, they're kind of expensive. Well, apparently they came out and said that, it costs us $2,500 to do a rating with fucking ESRB. And so,
you're going to have
it's
to
expensive.
pay that price.
And I'm just like...
Why do they have to pay to get rated?
They have to
iPhone
pay to
games
get
don't.
rated.
Because, dude,
Because
self-rate.
the PSP requires
because
it,
the
too.
ESRB is a fucking legal shakedown.
But hold on.
man.
So, I'm thinking when they announced that this was going to be like some fucking 5-digit figure. And it's like $2,500. Now, not saying that I got $2,500 to throw out here, but I'm thinking the development of a game, especially with the success of what Field Runners did on the first, seriously, they can't be complaining when they're probably putting how much into marketing, how much into this, it's just got to
I just
be.
see PSP minigames marketed all over the place. Anyways, the best part of the story, you're not even to the best part of the story.
What?
About them claiming it's
Yeah.
costing them $2,500.
So $2,500. So the ESRB comes back and they're like, actually, hello, I'm Todd from the ESRB, and actually, the ESRB has a reduced fee of $800 for games that have development costs under $250,000, which would likely apply to virtually all PSP minis. And then, I don't know if they actually quoted him on this, but I'm pretty sure someone heard him say it under his breath, go fuck yourself.
Well, I mean, doesn't that kind of blow you away that someone's lying here? Or they're costing way too much money to develop a game for a PSP.
And I'm not going to say much on this, but I think you mentioned it last week. I think you're right. I think it's that new smell, that new
the fact that they're
console
charging those
smell.
prices.
Yeah, I think that shit's going to go down in price. I really do.
It will, but as long as people buy it, they're gonna keep charging it, dude.
It has to. If this next story, if they want stories like this to go away, because the next story, I actually just stole the title, was PSP no-go.
No-go.
Apparently, it is doing terrible. And not only is it doing terrible,
No, I'm not wiping tears.
but
from
they
my eyes.
ran into a huge problem with one of
You're
the big things
totally
they
crying,
promised.
dude.
Shut up, I'm not.
One of the big things that they promised, this really applies to Europe. We didn't get any deals like this, but the European users all got to choose games to download for free from the store. They got to
Right.
actually get a few free titles if you purchase it right away. And what the vast majority of people do nowadays is they download it on their PS3 and then just transfer the content
Right.
to their PSP. Well, everyone who downloaded it to their PS3, you're only allowed one license. So they couldn't transfer the game again to their PSP. So thousands of people downloaded the game to their PS3 and then couldn't even
Couldn't
play
do
it
shit with
on their
it.
PSP because of Sony's licensing.
Oh,
And here, and this is what kind of blows me
dude.
away too, is some guys talk about this is what my day one box experience is like. He's like, I open it, I go to turn it on, I find out I have to install all this software to run it on my computer. Because you have to have some sort of media connect.
Media Connect.
Or Go
Media
or whatever
Manager,
it's called.
whatever.
So he
Right.
installs that. Once that's installed, he finds out he's got to update it. Takes him forever to update it. Then once he gets updated it during the process, he's got to install Adobe and update it. He's got to install QuickTime and update it.
Why?
No idea.
Because the program
Both
itself?
of those programs are required to run the
Yeah.
Media Go software. Finally gets that up and running, and then he gets his PSP going, and his PSP firmware has to be updated from out of the box. And said it was hours before he could even access a store. Once he accesses the store, he's got to pay
Wow.
money and then wait to download the game.
So, okay, in all fairness, though, maybe this will change because remember when you first got your PlayStation, that was one of the things. Like, it took for fucking ever for shit to update, and now it updates rather quickly. Don't you think?
I thought my PS3 still took. I could still.
Well-
I went to the bathroom and came back, and it was still updating.
The
from
point
this
being
morning.
is that this guy
Since
was
playing
20,
Uncharted made me dust it off.
He was 20%. Of this guy was 20% of the people who probably went through all this trouble instead of the guys that just waited. I don't know. I could be wrong.
But I mean, just imagine getting something, wanting to come home to it, and knowing it will be hours before you can do anything on this machine.
yeah,
That's just shitty.
yeah. But they've fixed it since then, right?
No, you still have to go through and install all that shit to play. The DRM.
No, I thought now you could do it from the PS3 and it's fine.
You can copy now to your
Yeah,
PSP from your
I'm
PS3?
pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
pretty
I mean,
sure.
that's what happens when we do
If
a
they
story on
haven't
Tuesday,
fixed it,
and here it is.
Yeah, shame on them if they haven't yet. But I've got to believe that I think maybe I didn't. But I'm just gonna like quickly jump down to this one real quick, because it seems to be kind of an ongoing theme here of the PS3 and Sony kind of getting it in the ass right now. If you're a PS3 owner who bought Guitar Hero 5 and are wondering where the fuck your copy of Guitar Hero Van Halen is, well, thanks to some idiot's spelling error, it's been delayed. And here's the official quote. Unfortunately, we made a printing error on the package. The package, bro.
And no, guys, the package is just a disc cover. It's
So,
not even a box. It's just a little box.
What
Package.
pinning error was it, I wonder? Did they spell Van Halen wrong?
Fortunately, we caught and remedied the error
shit.
prior to sending your disc. Our effort to ensure a completely positive customer experience has resulted in a slight delay in shipping your copy of the
Because
game.
it would have ruined my
Fuck
experience if there would have been
that.
a spelling error on the box.
Yes, you
Dude,
ruined my fucking experience when I wanted that game now.
I guarantee they spelled Van Halen wrong. Someone spelled Van Halen
No,
wrong.
actually, they thought that the rumor was that they had
Man.
forgotten that for promotional use only, not for resale, had forgotten to print that on it.
Really?
And that's why they called them back. I don't. That's what I just read.
So you can't-
Oh, really?
follow
Not
up.
for resale?
So you can't sell them to gamers and shit like that, but people will, and
Can we?
gamers will.
I know
buy
I didn't
them.
put this in the story, but we were talking about
What?
this last night. You know, Ed, we were talking about Alpha Protocol.
Yeah.
And you're like, who the hell is it? Do you know what the guys who made KO2R or frickin' Knights of the Old Republic Part 2 made it? But the funny thing is that Sega finally officially announced that delay.
Yes.
And in the delay of the Alpha Protocol, the news article said that they are very happy to announce the delay, which blows me away. How can you be very happy to delay anything? To move
Very
it
happy.
into a window where it'll be able to see a much better release the first quarter of spring 2010, when everything has been delayed to
It's
spring
like-
2010.
Let's, instead of just like sort of silently put it out there, let's just write a press release like, this is fucking awesome, guys.
They're
And
like,
everyone will
it's
be
10 days later. We
Yeah,
have to
we're
say
stoked,
something.
Stoked, dude, we're totally stoked. Our game's being pushed
We
back.
have to say something, guys. It's 9
'Cause we
days
don't-
later. They're waiting. They're waiting.
I
I think
think-
they're going to know it's not out yet. I think they're going to know. We should say something.
I think all these good games are coming out, and people are like, fuck, because I think this is all garbage.
Well,
you know,
not
Like,
only that, but I mean, someone secretly needs 6 more months to make their game better. That's what I think's the
I
true
would agree.
story.
So this is filed under what the fuck took so long. The UK Daily Star are just now realizing the Modern Warfare 2 bundle with the night vision goggles, well, you know, believe that joypad junkies will use the goggles bundled with this prestige edition for gay cruising, peeping, and other activities that would qualify as a pervy night out.
Is this true?
I
the
love-
UK Daily Star really said a pervy night out.
But more
love
importantly,
that gay
cruising.
is on there.
Gay. The UK Daily Star believes
Oh
that
my
you
God, dude.
that you are going to use
Dude, you know what,
your
Ed?
night vision goggles. for gay
I look at
cruising.
Ed and I gag a little in my stomach. But if I was seeing him in like this tinted green, I don't know, maybe.
There you go, dude. There you go.
What?
That is not what I planned on using mine for. Mine was for raiding the refrigerator at 2 a.m. without waking up my wife.
What's more interesting about this is that our very own Nice Guy had confirmed this because he owns a pair of night vision goggles and he has often caught gay cruising
Dude, totally on the Fruit Loop.
on the Fruit Loop, right around the penis
Right around
on the
the Fruit
fucking
Loop.
Midwest, or
If
whatever.
anybody
the penis
doesn't
of the
know,
plains.
here in Lincoln, Nebraska, our capital looks like a giant cock and balls.
They call it the penis on the
penis
plains.
of the plains, and
Yeah.
in front of it is like a 3-block loop.
They call it the what?
The
Penis on the plains, dude.
I've been here a while. I ain't never heard that shit. I
Yeah,
definitely
dude.
do not gay
But-
cruise in the same circles you guys do.
No, but
Jen,
listen.
Jen, penis of the plains.
Penis
right?
of the plains.
Penis of the prairie.
Oh, penis
snap.
of the prairie.
Penis of the
What
prairie.
up?
But in front of the
yeah.
penis of the
You got
prairie is a little like 3-block strip that's a big circle
Yeah.
that the gay guys go and they cruise it every
Where
night.
Arthur
look
used to
for each
live.
I
other.
remember your old girl
Remember where
lived there.
Arthur
We
used
sit
to
on the
live
roof
there.
and watch him
And you would
cruising.
watch him
But I
cruise.
never heard anyone be like, "There's the penis of the prairie."
And
I
they
never
call
heard that.
that 3-strip
Why do you
block.
think
They call that 3-strip block the
Why do
Fruit
you
Loop.
think
I
they
think I heard the
Fruit
Fruit Loop.
cruised around they gay cruised around the penis of the prairie, dude? So hence it was named the Fruity Loop. Fruit Loop.
Fruit Loop.
All right. NVIDIA has been awarded a contract to supply its and this is interesting that we had like 2 stories like this in the same day. But NVIDIA has been awarded a contract to supply its mobile graphics chip, Tegra, to a new Nintendo DS, which is to be announced in late 2010. This would be the first time these two have partnered. ATI has partnered with them before, obviously with the GameCube.
That's kind of cool.
You know what's
there
cool?
Could be like an NVIDIA chip running a Nintendo handheld.
Not only that, but like I like to hear that. I don't think they're gonna change a fucking thing with the DS. Like it's just gonna be like, yo, here's the DS with better graphics. You know, like
I'm gonna actually
maybe
buy
they'll go
one then.
like I would love to see it widescreen. Like that'd be fucking sweet. But like I gotta say that Nintendo found like they should not ever stray away from that.
Suma.
You know, no way.
Suma, you got that wrong.
I don't know how I feel about that.
What I mean, why? Why? Because
Suma.
I've played the Castlevanias that I have played on there have been fucking amazing. Yet I've played stuff like now Kingdom Hearts, like Mario and Luigi, dude. I'm still playing. And Force, you know how easily I give up on games that I think just suck.
I mean,
I
would rather see the focus put maybe into graphics now instead of the touchscreen because.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they're just going to take the DS and say, okay, here's this awesome graphics chip. Go. New DS. Like,
that's going to be
that's
fucking
good.
pimp, dude. I'm
Yeah.
stoked. I'm going to buy one.
What, are you not
I was just thinking about
that?
how much I hate playing DS games where I'm constantly holding the joystick, the buttons, and a pencil in my hand, and occasionally touching the screen. I wish they'd just do away with the whole touchscreen and just give
I
me
play
a
Kingdom
freaking
Hearts without
dual
the touch
analog
screen.
freaking
Well, maybe they would, though.
handheld.
Well, I'm not saying, like, don't change
They
the
won't.
controller.
It's gonna be the exact same touchscreen machine that it already is, and I'm
kind
of
of emo about the DS, dude. The DS has been kind of like it's been a good buddy lately.
I'm telling you, dude, Nintendo just needs to pull out of the console market, even though they're doing great, because fucking old ladies and fucking school
They
teachers
love it.
buy it.
They love it.
And focus their attention on handhelds, dude. Their handhelds have consistently been their
They have.
best systems, dude. Seriously.
No argument there, especially the Virtua Boy. Love it.
Well, and like we said, 2 stories coming out in the same week. It's also been rumored that ATI, I guess one's going to bed with one and the other one's going with the other. ATI snagged the contract to supply the Xbox Next. They said that Microsoft is happy with Xbox's ATI Xenos, which is what's powering our machines right now. I didn't know that. And that they signed a huge $5 billion deal to do the next contract, and they were supposed to be getting ready for the next Xbox in 2010. What is
dude.
this?
That's the penis of the prairie, dude.
Accidentaldong.blogspot.com. I love it.
That may or may not be a huge boner is the tagline. Why are we here during the show? Why do you do this to me? I can't believe you guys would do this.
Someone in chat found it, dude.
Dude, I heard the
They're
funniest
awesome.
song today on the Howard Stern
Was it?
show. Do you ever listen to Howard
Penis
Stern?
of the prairie.
No, it was called Zed's Penis.
Why would you say, do you ever listen to Howard Stern? Like, do either of us have Sirius Satellite? Like, why would you even ask that?
Dude, Howard Stern's the shit.
Well, no one can listen to him. No one has Sirius in the day of the internet. But I thought the best part of the story was hearing that 2010 was supposed to be Microsoft's next
But
machine.
they pushed it back.
2012. I don't want another machine. You know, I want to see them milk this guys for a while. I'm happy with what I'm playing right now. I don't need to invest in new hardware again.
It seems weird that they're getting in
They
bed
said
with
though their
ATI,
new chip
which
is supposed to
kinda
be all
AMD.
backwards compatible. I'm kind of down with that with games looking as hot as they do nowadays. I could see myself, still playing with them for a while.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
still don't want new hardware.
Yeah, I'm down with you on that. Get that shit out of here. Keep going.
I love this one, and often I try to put my own spin on it, but in this, I have to keep this guy's word for word because he phrased it perfectly. But we were talking last week about how Steam, how they kind of take a huge chunk out of those independent game developers when they
Right.
put their games on Steam, and they talked with the Tripwire director, and Tripwire are the people who made Killing Floor, which you played the shit out of this summer. They also made Red Orchestra, that old UT mod.
Right.
And had this to say. He says, without pulling any punches, I can say with certainty that if it weren't for Steam, there would be no Tripwire Interactive right now, Gibson said. He then goes on to endorse the platform, and he says, ask the Tripwire Interactive employees if they feel exploited as they move into their new offices paid for by the money the company has made on Steam. Or me, as I drive away in the car that was paid for with the royalties we made from Steam, as I drive to my home with the royalties that we make on Steam. If that's exploitation, I'll take a little more. I love that. I love
think
that quote.
I think that also says a lot about, who. First off, was the original guy that commented? Who
it
was it?
Randy Pitchford from Gearbox.
So I almost wonder if it really is a situation of, it maybe the model kind of does help out the smaller guy because they don't have a big Activision EA sitting
well,
there
that's
publishing.
What this guy is saying.
You know?
He's saying it in response to Pitchford's comments last week, saying, "You're full of shit. Actually, Steam is treating us quite well,
right?
And we are an independent developer."
And I'm glad to hear independent developers speak up about that, especially from the iPhone realm. There's been a lot of companies that have been very forthcoming about, dude, I suddenly have I made a job for myself because of the iPhone. The guy there, I read this great story. It's kind of not gaming related, but in sort of independent development. This guy made an app called Tweety, right? It was a Twitter app, and apparently, it just fucking kind of blew up. And he was like, "Wow, okay, well, you know what? I felt like it kind of sucked, so I'm gonna work on this sequel, this Tweety 2, and I'm gonna charge for this one, whatever." And it's just been apparently I've never used it, but apparently it's just blown
I've
up.
heard a couple of people who say that that's now their full-time job.
Well, yeah,
is
yeah,
making
and
iPhone
you know
stuff.
what? Hats off to those people. I think that is fucking great. I love to see that. It encourages our educational, colleges and schools to start seeing that as a viable way to make a living in life. It's not just one code junkie computer nerd that is I'm gonna make an iPhone. That's awesome. I think there's a lot of people with great ideas out there, and I think it's great. Keep on keeping on. Even though Steam is still a bunch of grubby motherfuckers.
And you know what's funny too is that Borderlands is just promoted all over Steam recently.
Yeah.
And Pitchford would
crazy.
say anything bad about it.
This is our last news item, by the way.
We have 654 viewers right now.
It's Play
Why
Magazine,
the
I'm sure.
fuck do we keep playing for our own games, dude?
What? Doing what?
Paying for our own games.
Because
why
because
are
the man
people
doesn't
providing
acknowledge
for
us yet.
Fuck the man, dude.
The creator,
Fuck the man.
Fuck the man. The creator of Uwan on the Wii Haunted House Simulator claimed that the Wii was the perfect platform for horror. Well, after Force's review of Dead Space Extraction, some might actually agree. But how about Uwan itself?
I said a platform for horror, not the platform for horror.
No. The creator of Uwan.
Yeah, but Uwan said
right.
that, but I hope my review didn't make you guys think that was
So,
oh my God.
initial reviews are coming out, and people are reporting that the game is a giant piece of shit. More importantly, not a single one says it is scary at all. In fact, they say the game is nearly 100% predictable when it comes to scares. So why is it only $30 versus $50? I'd hope because the game development and publisher really knew that they were releasing a piece of ass. I'm just going to throw that out there because the publisher is Xseed, right?
Yes.
They are also the makers of another game that we are reviewing tonight on Epileptic Gaming called Half Minute Hero.
Which sucks.
I did not say that.
The funny thing about this story is I wasn't even
Well,
thinking
you
about
already-
you
you
on. Now
already
that I know it's
said-
only $30, I might have to play it.
You already said
Apparently.
that they know it sucks ass. So by extension, I'm going to assume that this game is fucking chode.
No. You're going to have to wait till the review. And
I'll
with that
wait.
being
I will
said,
wait.
it is time. What do we want to start with? Would you like to?
I say we get these PSP years.
Oh, man. You want to? Well, you know what?
You absolutely know what I want to get the hell out of the way.
I want
to
what we're gonna
save
do.
my time for.
Yes,
for-
this
is
is what.
last.
Here is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm stepping in. Half Minute Hero, Saw, then Beaterator, so I can actually hook Beaterator up to the mixer, and then Demon Souls.
All right, let's do it.
Fair enough.
Fine.
Okay, so Half Minute Hero. Let's see. God, dude. First off, budget title on the PSP. All things considered. $29, the same amount as Uwan.
That's a budget title.
That is a budget title. So this game, here's the concept, Hutch, real quickly, in 30 seconds, right? You are an 8-bit RPG adventurer, and you go and you land on this fucking island, and this evil lord goes, "Oh my God, I've just figured out a spell that will destroy the world in 30 seconds." And suddenly the game turns into everything happens in 30-second increments. Okay. Now there are some exceptions to the rule because the time goddess comes down and she says, you know what? Actually, I can help fix that. It doesn't have to be 30 seconds, but I like money, so you're going to have to pay me. And, of course, this is all like, it's humorous the way that they're presenting it, right? So then level 1, right? You go in. You have a random encounter. It's like automated combat. And I'm going to play some videos so you're going to start
Let's
to
see the
understand.
video.
And, oh, by the way, forgive me, okay? Apparently, this title is not fucking Soul Calibur or Resistance Retribution, okay? There is, like, no English video of this fucking game anywhere on the planet. So you are going to see the Japanese version.
All right.
Unfortunately, what you're not going to get from that is the fairly clever humor that is in the game. Just going to throw that
I'm
out
happy
there.
I would be able to read it anyway.
So maybe they will. Here's the simulated combat. Boom. You see that time at the top? That's very important. Okay, there's a boss. Boom, 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 boom. All right, seriously, this is like you're seeing how this version of an RPG happened. Boom, level 11. What up? Now I'm gonna go. See, reset time. And yes, the graphics are that shitty, ladies and gentlemen. And that's actually one of the things that, like,
I'm not gonna lie, dude. This game actually looks kind of cool to me.
Hold on, let me get to.
Looks a little bit ADD to me.
It looks awesome.
Exactly, Force. Exactly. This is not a grindy JRPG. Okay, let me talk about the graphics real quick because they're all like that. Everything in this game is that fucking like too big 8-bit look to it,
We got
right?
Zelda.
I wish personally they would have just done a little bit better on the graphics. Okay, I understand.
Do you? Just a little
Yes,
bit better.
and you know what? Markio calls it. To me, I'm a BBS user. That shit is motherfucking ANSI art right there.
Yeah.
For
No
sure.
doubt.
For sure. I could have used a little bit better, but you got to imagine that this game is like part RPG, part WarioWare. So imagine if you could figure out a way to fucking make picking your nose the game awesome 50 different ways, then this game is for fucking you. This
So that's what I'm
game,
saying. Half-minute hero. It's like picking your nose.
I could like at work, this is how I reviewed this game, guys. No shit. At work, I'd pick up my PSP. I'd fire it up. I'd play for a minute. I'd beat a whole level. I put it down. It's that fucking quick, you guys. What
What are you working towards?
You're working towards the guy that has the 30-second spell that destroys the world. He keeps spreading it around. So you're chasing the guy that's spreading this spell, that's giving it to all these bad guys in the game. Like, that's the story. There's 30 stages, and you get through.
Dude, I can just.
Is it hard? Is there any challenge or skill involved, or is it just running into it?
You know what it kind of turns into is like sort of a RPG mentality, and there's like a little bit of puzzle, right? So like it'll be like, oh fuck, the bridge is broke, but you only have 30 seconds. Like, how are you going to get the bridge fixed?
Okay.
You know? So it's like I've got to go up to the cave, and I've got to like kill this monster, and he gives me an item that then I take back to the carpenter, and he can finish the bridge. It's like, but I only have like 1 second left when I get back to the city where time doesn't run. And I pay the time goddess to give me 30 seconds back to like rewind time, and then the guy fucking fixes the bridge, and then I go across and do the evil lord. This is not Braid, okay? The fucking time doesn't go backwards and then suddenly I don't have the item anymore. It's just totally a manipulation of time. But the whole point is exactly like a WarioWare type setting where they have given you these like little bit. I mean, think about it. Like this is what this game did for me more than anything. Is it made me think about the RPGs we play today. They asked me to go do a fucking mission, and I'm like, I'm going out. I'm killing fucking 30 guys. They have like a 25% chance of dropping some fucking bear hide, and I'm giving a bear hide back, or I'm doing something like that. It's all that shit, just like in like that. Oh, go get a bear hide. Boom, 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 boom. Got it. What's next? You know, so like from that perspective,
You don't
it's
even
really
sound like you're getting
fucking
infected
cool.
with ADD as you talk about
Dude,
It,
Now, I don't condone drug use, but it looks like the type of game that you just want to roll a big fat joint and smoke it and then beat it in one sitting.
All I could say is
Can
that...
you do it in one sitting?
No, because
30 stages at 30 seconds apiece sounds like
that's not
15
that
minutes
long,
a game.
dude.
They get real tough, guys. First off, and then you're constantly buying time from the time goddess. So like some stages, like later on, I was taking like 5 minutes to do a stage, but it was still like a lot of little like sort of little things that I was just doing over and over. Now. This isn't the only game that you get when you get this game. You also get Dark Lord 30, and you also get Princess 30. Now, Princess 30, I got addicted to, which is basically this princess who's been holed up in a castle her whole life, and she is given a crossbow, which is handed down through her family. And suddenly you get the shooter game that happens within 30 seconds. And it's just like, it's a completely different experience from
is
this
it like
RPG.
even a different selection on the menu screen? Is it a whole different game?
Yes, and I've unlocked 2 additional modes. There's an additional mode after that you could play. So suddenly you're looking at this game, and like for $29, you're kind of like.
So wait a minute, is this
deal.
game the Prince 30?
This is just the Hero 30.
And then what's Prince 30?
The Dark Lord 30.
Or Dark Lord 30.
Dark Lord 30 is a little tower defense game.
In 30 seconds?
Yes.
And tough? Why you got this weird look like you just ate a turd?
Because it's like there's like it's surprising because I'm like, dude, this is gonna get old quick. But everything is like a totally different scenario. I guess
that's neat
video
that
over.
I guess
I
get
can't
those for
talk
free
about it
with
anymore. It's like I don't know who to recommend this game to. Like, will I play it to the end? Probably not. I'm probably done with this game. Now, maybe like on a flight or something like that, like I have a trip to take, maybe I would come back to it. If you're an RPG fan, you might find some, but I don't know who to recommend this game to, guys.
It's like one of those horror movies where it's like, man, there are some really cool kills that you should see, but I just don't know if I could recommend watching the whole movie.
You recommend it to the person, you nailed it earlier in your review. You recommend it to the person that's the RPG fan who loves playing WarioWare.
Like, it is totally that ADD, like, sort of.
That's
all
it, dude.
to you out there.
If you're the guy that's like, fuck that MMO because of the grind, this is the perfect game for you, dude, because you will experience an entire, like, huge, like, if this actually was a true RPG, let's just pretend, and then I'll shut up. Let's pretend like this was an actual Square Enix RPG. I guarantee you it would be like fucking 200 hours long. Like, you're going through and they're giving you that many different scenarios and shit. But, I mean, obviously they can do that because you saw the graphics. So, it's like,
all 8 bits of them.
If you're okay with, like, fucking Phoenix Wright because you're looking at the same shit, but it's all about the story and the, you know, like, sort of the thinking gameplay, right up your alley. That's who it is. It's, dude, Phoenix Wright. If you love Phoenix Wright, you're going to love this game. Other people, I don't know. Let's move on to the next game. I'm serious. Like, I'm at a loss now. I've now even watching that video again. I'm just like, I don't even know how to classify a game like that. I really don't. It's totally a parody of a JRPG.
Yeah, I was gonna say kind of in a league of its own.
But you don't. I didn't expect the humor. That was the thing, you know. And I'm starting to like. I mean, dude, how many laugh out loud moments have I had in Uncharted 2? You know, and I haven't played Brutal Legend yet. But like, I was like, holy shit, that's kind of funny, just the way they make fun of different shit. I'm not laughing out loud. I'm not like, ha ha ha, this PSP but it's like, oh, that's clever. Anyway, Saw. By the way,
that's clever.
By the way, 2 games in a row. The other game that wins the award tonight for
the hardest videos to find shit for.
No one bothered. No one wanted to find fucking videos for this shit. No one wanted to find
Which really blows me away with this coming out and the new movie coming out. Saw being such a huge franchise, you figure you would have found material all over for. Even I didn't know it was coming out. I had heard about it announced a while back.
Die, dude.
I don't know how to argue that with you because they're okay to me, but they're still doing huge numbers every time one comes out. So this was a tough because I got Uncharted 2, I got Brutal Legend, but we're not going to be able to review any of those till next week. So, you know, the 2 guys who actually have jobs get a time to catch up on them. So I had to get a game to review for this week. So went to the store and saw this. Saw it was out. Said, you know what? I'm a horror fan. I play all those horror games. I'll give it a shot. Brought it home, and I'm happy to say, guys, it's in a terrible spot right now in the release window because the game is not that bad. But the game isn't Uncharted 2 and it isn't Brutal Legend, but as a horror game based on the Saw franchise, it is so much better than it really has any right to be. And I'm surprised as I play it that we hadn't seen it sooner, that a lot of these ideas just fit perfectly into a game world.
I was so shocked, by the way, to hear you say that. I was totally expecting to be like, dude, it's a piece of shit.
I went in there saying I'm just going to play enough to be able to talk about it for the show. And then I got into it. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to touch Uncharted or Brutal Legend until I beat this because I'm actually enjoying it. I know I won't come back to it once I touch those, but I want to see this through to the end. And I was pleasantly surprised at it. The game hooks you right away in the fact that it's an Unreal Engine game. So it looks ridiculously good for being a licensed movie game. It looks really nice. Has that dark, dungy, gritty feel. You know, that Unreal... It gives that dirt shine to all the games anyway, that Unreal 3 engine, and it's perfectly suited this world. You start off right away with like that trap attached to your head that's going to tear your freaking face off. If the jaws open up and quickly you're doing like a little mini button press to pop off a menu or pop off your helmet, and then bam, you're in like the bathroom from the first movie, and it was just like, you know, this was kind of sweet. It looked really close to the movie. It looked pretty good. It kind of got you in right away. And you had to like, you couldn't get out the door, and I'm like trying to figure out what the hell do I have to do, and I see a bathroom door, and I like close the door, and I see a number written on it. Close all 3 numbers, see in the mirror when I read the number backwards. Now I've got the combo to open the door, so like right away it threw me into like the world. And the way the story is set up is you are Detective Tapp. One of the first games that I think has featured a black man as the main character in a horror game. And you are a Detective Tapp who's been chasing...
Congratulations. You're the first black man to appear in a horror game on the 360.
You should win an award. But you're a cop that's been chasing Jigsaw for a while and almost caught him. He's killed your partner, so your life's obsessed with him. Now Jigsaw's finally caught you. And
wait, is this the guy from the...
No, this is not Danny Glover, if that's what you're thinking.
No, the other guy.
If there's a Detective Tapp, I don't know.
Okay, while you do this, because there is like, it's, yeah, I'll look it up.
Anyways.
I'm curious.
So you are caught by Jigsaw. Jigsaw says that you have to save these people, and he has all these different scenarios set up for you where you have to get to these people in time in this giant asylum is where the whole game takes place in this giant
What's
mental...
his name again?
Detective Tapp, T-A-P-P.
Okay.
And so Jigsaw tells you that you got to rescue these people, and
oh shit,
what he does is Detectives David Tapp and Steven Singh. So yep, he is from the movie. If you guys are hardcore into the anthology of the movie, then I guess he fits right in. So anyways, moving on, what he has done is Jigsaw has cut your gut open and put a key in you, and has all these other guys with traps attached to them, and the only way they can get out of their traps is to get the key out of your stomach. So it kind of gives you an excuse to have some combat in the Saw world, because a guy will come running at you with this weird device on his head or have his hand in some sort of trap trying to kill you because you have the key in you. So I kind of like that idea. It gets way overplayed. I mean, like he's really going to send 30 different dudes at you. But I thought that was a neat concept to keep it within the world. The game is, what it is it's a puzzler at its heart.
Right.
It's basically going from finding your way from room to room to solve another puzzle. And the puzzles are actually really neat when you begin with. They do, if you got to stop gas, you got to spin some pipes so they all match up. You open a security box and you got to flip electrical circuits to try to connect all the circuits so they're getting power. Timing-based mini games, and there's sort of a neat idea within the world. The problem is that they have 5 or 6 neat puzzles that they repeat for the rest of the game. So the first half of the game speeds along. The second half of the game kind of starts to feel like a chore, because they just keep upping it. I'm playing, that power grid, and I start off with like 9 boxes that I've got to spin around, and it's kind of taking me a while to figure out how these 9 boxes go.
And here we see that on, something like that.
Well, this is like a mini-lock game where you have to match the pieces, but like I'm playing it, I'm telling you, it's a 9-boxer, and it's kind of hard, and all of a sudden, bam, I have to do a 36 or 48 flipping the pieces to try to get the electricity to go in the right place.
Jesus.
And that gets sort of nerve-wracking. It's one of those where it takes you forever because you're always on a time. It's Jigsaw, so anytime he sets something up, he's got a time limit for you. And you could solve 3 puzzles, screw up on puzzle number 4, and then have to do them all again. And it's one of those games where you feel like the shit, like you should be a Mensa member when you solve these puzzles, but at the same time it does get frustrating having to redo them, over and over several times. I like the fact that the characters that they have you saving sort of make sense within the world. One of them is you'll have like your ex-partner who hit someone in a drunk driving accident that Jigsaw knew about, and you have to decide whether or not you should save him. Another guy who wants to be in Jigsaw's game and tortured, and his whole mission is to try to get someone else to care about him in someone who doesn't care about himself at all. And you find out that his wife, there's even a little twist when you find out who the pig face is that keeps popping up. That's another iconic figure that shows up through the game. If you remember that game, that guy with the big red robe and the pig's head will pop up, and he's one of the bosses that you have to fight in the game. And they do neat spins on it all the way up to the end of the game.
Can I just mention that this is actually cam footage? So, like, it may have this, like, surreal anti-aliasing that makes it look better. I'm just, like, throwing it out there.
Why? Are you, like, surprised how good it looks?
No, because I heard someone say, like, this looks better than Uncharted 2, and I just can't believe that anyone would
It doesn't
say
look
anything.
better than Uncharted 2, but, guys, it looks really good for a licensed Saw game. When you hear Saw, you're right away ready to laugh it off like I was.
Right.
They can't do this shit. But believe it or not, Konami pulled it off. It almost feels like it could be within their Silent Hill world.
I didn't even fucking realize that
Konami
this was a
did
Konami game.
I can't believe that there isn't more advertisement out about it. So it wasn't just a low-budget spin-off. It was obvious that some time was put into it. They stay really faithful to the world. Just know that it does get a little more repetitive at the end. But there are some sweet, gory set pieces, some neat bosses, an awesome game of like match where you got to match, memory game. But each time you screw up, a dude gets another piece speared into him and shit. So
so you also had mentioned to me that you would always fail
just to see the death scenes, and that's one of those games too where it is like dying. It doesn't really piss you off, and you get back into the action fairly quickly too, which is something that I love.
Dude, I just ate a fortune cookie, and I shit you not, my fortune says your co-host will play any shit game that comes out and love it for some goddamn reason.
It's not the greatest in the
right
world.
There, dude. See,
but I'm telling you guys, it was so much better than it had any right to be. I played Uncharted 2, and it's freaking a memory now to me. But I'll tell you that I really had fun while I was playing it. Enough that I wanted to, go back and see both endings. Gave out a shit ton of achievements. I think I got 44 out of 46 achievements on one playthrough. And
I would just say for all the people who are like, God, Force will just play about anything, dude, don't play stupid. You know what Force plays, and if you play what Force plays, then you're probably gonna love this fucking game.
It's definitely one of those weekend rentals that will boost your score without making you feel
rental,
embarrassed
right?
about it.
It's not a buyer, is it?
No.
It's definitely a rental, huh?
Yeah, Force was like, where's the midnight? In fact, isn't this the game that you wrote like 29 letters to GameStop demanding that they needed a midnight release for the show? I'm positive.
I will say, though, if you are like a hardcore Saw fan, because there are some hardcore Saw fans out there, that this game is right up your freaking alley, especially Halloween time, dude. Throw in a horror game.
I'm one of those guys. I mean, like, there's Saws that I hate, but the first Saw movie was brilliant to me.
It was, but after
Saw 5. I mean, like,
I've stopped at Saw 1.
I know you haven't watched it all.
I've watched all of 5,
and
I'm actually surprised that Saw 1 was written with no intentions of there ever being any
Saw
sequels.
5, they made it.
They still made the added
fact
twist and
that
shit.
there was a VH1 reality show to find the next girl to scream in the Saw movies.
Wait, was there really?
Oh God! Yes.
Oh yeah, she's in this one.
Oh Jesus, fuck. Saw 2 is not. I didn't think
Scream Queen. That's what the show was called. Fucking.
But I will tell you, as you play the game, you'll see that they like pretty much ripped off all the gags that you've seen in the movies before. Even like dunking your hand in a bag of hypothermic needles and shit. They use a lot of those same gags. I thought it was fun.
So definitely a rental. And all right, well, I'm gonna try to make this one quick. And I'm gonna play I guess like a little trailer. What is it gonna actually tell you? Not really that sure.
Timberlands in the building. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
Welcome.
Beaterator, Beaterator. With Beaterator, anyone can make professional sounding music. Change style.
Anyone.
Record and play back your song.
Including Timberland.
No, they ain't lying. Like
all this music I'm hearing made with Beaterator.
Yes. Yes. In fact, Timbaland came out and said this track on my last album was all done on Beaterator. And people were like, fuck, shut up. And he is like, for real, welcome.
Welcome. Just like slams the mic down and
Is
walks
that
off
supposed
stage.
to be Timberland right there?
Welcome.
Welcome. Hey, 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 hey,
It's like a
hey,
shitty rendition of Timberland.
Timberland's in the building. Welcome.
I'm going to say something right off the bat, guys.
Beaterator. Check it.
This game is screaming to be out. Well, actually, let me take that back. This is not a game, first off.
This is a software app.
This is an
What
application.
the fuck, dude? For 3 weeks now, we had a fighting game that wasn't a fighter. We had
RPG
what was
that's not an RPG.
that wasn't an RPG, and now a fucking beat game that's not a beat game.
It's not a beat game.
I was
I'm gonna
playing.
show
I'm like,
you.
where's my
Hutch,
scrolling
actually,
notes?
okay.
I don't know what they
I want to
hit.
see it. I want to
all
see.
right, first, all right, I'm turning my PSP on, so let me. Oh yeah, this is actually the track you're hearing is actually from my PSP. So Hutch in Beaterator. Oh, I want to say my first comment. This game is just begging to be on the iPhone. Like, the way that the interface works, the controls are very intuitive in the game, which is, like, I think what most people are curious about who are even... If this game is on your radar at all, you should be asking yourself, does it offer me a lot of flexibility, and are the controls intuitive? And the answer to both of those is yes, but the controls would be better on the PSP, or on the iPhone, excuse me. So they have live play, right? Hutch, this is like the everyman. If you pick this up, Mike... You would, you could fuck around with this for like a few moments.
So drop a fat beat on
All
this.
right,
Are you
so
gonna make a
live
beat?
play is like you set up your loops. I can create all these loops myself,
Okay.
but I could start out with some drums, and then like throw down like a hi-hat. Maybe I'm gonna like, I don't know, put like a synth in there, right? So this is just live play as it
Dude,
is.
how do you pick the gayest things? Just
Dude,
like
this
right
is
off the
default.
bat, dude.
Fucking A, dude.
It
this
is?
Yeah, the game. That's how it came. I don't fuck around in live play, okay? I don't. So then you could like, you could, if you're like live play, Hutch imagines himself like fucking 500 people with this PSP. Oh shit! He dropped a new drum beat on there. Oh my god! Look at what he's doing with fucking 2 buttons.
Let's take some E.
So
Let's
like
take some E. And
this
play
is
the PSP.
this is the weakest part of the game. But
now expand. Let's take me deeper into the.
okay, so I'm glad that you asked. Now, let's say wait, can I just stop all this shit? Okay. Stops all this shit. So let's
I was
say
just getting into that. I was almost sold on this
so
song.
the thing is, it's like that's what the game gives you to start off. But I can go in here and I can replace all of these loops.
All right.
And I can go in and I'm going to go to Rockstar, and then it's like, holy shit, I got all these Timbaland loops, drum loops, melody loops, audio loops. I go to drum loop. I want to breakbeat drums number 12. I can preview it. Okay, this sounds good enough for me. I'm going to throw it in there, like boom. So like they're like for someone who just wants to like, I don't know, like make some quick, cool music because they want to put it on their fucking YouTube video because I can't put regular music on there without YouTube like owning my face, then boom, Beaterator. Answer fucking solved. I can like sit here and
Here's
that's
the
my
big
video.
question.
Okay.
The only way that this device would be on my radar at all is, do you output the music?
Yeah.
you can fucking save it as MP3 on your fucking
and then
little
listen to it
thing.
on your own device.
Yep.
So
Yep.
your own
Go to a
MP3
club.
device.
And
Now
you've got,
that's
I've
different.
seen, I went because part of my review is that like I really want to try to find some other people that have made stuff with this. I'm curious. Like apparently MySpace is having a huge contest to like find like the next Beaterator track. I've
Wow.
listened to a bunch of guys on YouTube that have just like uploaded their track. Like that's all it is.
Are you getting
But
impressed with the stuff you've heard?
I mean, not so much.
No.
I heard one from MySpace. I was like, unbelievable. Like, I mean, I couldn't tell the difference. I couldn't. Now, in this MySpace contest, because I did read about it, you are allowed to apply filters post the MP3.
Well, would you be able to do anything once you have an MP3 format?
Not really. I mean,
Why?
well, I mean, technically you could, I guess, but like you couldn't like put it into another program and like resequence or anything. But you could like say, I'm going to put an echo here. Even though you could do that in the game. So anyway, The other big thing about this game, which is obviously what I think, if people are looking at this game Beaterator, looking at this title Beaterator, and like, should I, would I be interested in this? Is it, I kind of like to make music. The studio is ultimately where, you want to know. Now, here's what's important. Because I loaded a new session, it resets all the tutorials, which is fine. You could just go ahead and turn them all off. But every single thing you do in this game is going to give you something like this. So it says Beaterator. It's like studio session, right?
Studio session.
And then
it's going to walk you through how to use everything.
Walk you through everything.
In studio session, you're presented with
tell you how to do this and this, and you can turn it off. And it's real nice about this. Look at this. I can forward. I can go. Oh, I've heard this one. I want to go here. You can rewind. So I mean, like, it's not just you're watching some video that's annoying. It's like this is good stuff, and I've referred back to the videos before. So anyway, we're done with you. Get done, and then it loads up the studio. Here is where you would pretty much so actually I was working on something that I have here. It's totally not even like I shouldn't even be playing it, but I've got to go to the
Oh, it does have like a cross media bar within the game.
Yeah, you saw that?
Yep.
So because I was just like screwing around with
that game's begging for a touch screen.
No, I didn't do that. So I was like, one of my favorite 8-bit songs of all time is actually and you see how easily I'm like putting down this stuff that I've created and like taking it away and whatnot. So anyway, one of my favorite 8-bit songs is the Legend of Zelda dungeon music. That was not the right one. Actually, that is the right one. Wait, that's it's this one actually. Sorry. The one that goes like this, and then it has something like, so actually I'm nowhere even near finished, but, so like I went in, right? So I'm like, oh, well, I need to, I need to edit that a little bit. So I go here and I'm going to edit, and then boom, I'm like sitting here on a screen where I'm able to put in all my shit.
Wow, it's like its own keyboard?
Yeah, copy and paste, and it's like, you know what? I kind of think that I really don't like I don't like that track, or excuse me, I don't like the sound that it's making. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna load a different synth sound, and I'm gonna go through here and I can listen to all of them. So I'm gonna go with this house. With this, that's going to not sound good because it's single. Okay,
that's just what I imagine in my head, hearing like nonstop.
Yeah, I mean, that's how music composition goes. But then I do that, and then I load the patch, and then suddenly it's changed like that. So like, in comparison to a program like Fruity Loops, and people out there that are familiar with that stuff or know exactly what I'm talking about, in comparison to things like Fruity Loops, in comparison to things like Reason, this is as powerful as one of those applications. So the fact that for $40 you are getting software that you could pay $1,000 for on the PC.
Amazing to think they can even have that many sounds on a UMD.
Epic. You guys, in addition to that, if you have a Slim or a PSP Go, you can fucking record a voice. You know what? I've actually got my own library set. I've paid for a library set to make sounders with. I can actually load those onto my memory card and use them in here. Any wave will work in this title.
That's awesome.
This
so you
thing
can pull
for
vocals
$40
from somewhere else.
Yes. This thing for $40 is fucking ridiculously powerful. And the other thing that I found out about it is everything that you do in there, assuming that either comes from the disc or you own it, is royalty free. So I could then if I make my own song, I fucking own that shit.
And they don't try to claim any piece of it.
I bought the software. Am I saying that we're going to see dude, I'm fucking superstar Beaterator djWHEAT Express, word up, yeah, I travel around the world
people
and play
got
with my
jobs
PSP.
off weaker shit.
You know what? This is someone who's into composition that doesn't know how to load Reason, that doesn't know how to get Fruity Loops.
Some kid can make a whole disc of music and get
There's
heard
gonna
of,
be
and
some
someone will give another
prodigy
job.
who will pick this shit up and learn music composition on a fucking PSP. For that is fucking awesome. For me, I'm going to fuck around with it a little more.
It's a UMD filled with dreams and possibilities. That's the way I look at it.
Or you download it via the PS Store and you get way better performance. must be said. I don't know personally because this is the disc version, direct-to-drive version, right? But the UMD version is supposed to be really slow on loading patches. Just a warning because you have an option. I talked to Mally about that kind of in depth. By the way, another awesome feature, save reminder. Wasn't doing shit. It's constantly popping up. You might think that it sucks, but trust me, when you lose portions of a song,
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
It totally blows. Again, I'm not sure who this recommends to. I'm sorry that you had to kind of sit through this. I know this is probably boring as fuck, but there's going to be those guys that have been asking me about it.
We lost 200 viewers.
This is, I don't, you know what?
I'm joking. I'm
Probably
joking.
did. It's amazing. For $40, it's amazing. I said that if this came out on the iPhone, I would buy it in 2 fucking seconds.
When you look at that screen, it looks like it's just begging to be able to touch the dial.
Exactly. Touch, like do over. I mean, you're totally right. So I'd hope to see that soon. You know, I'm going to fuck around with it. Am I going to like, does everyone have to have this game? Fuck no. If you're interested in making some music, it's amazing what that thing does. That's it. I don't know.
Now ready.
Any questions at all? Like, I mean, I know you guys aren't like incredibly music inclined, but you know, like Rance would be sitting here and be like, you know, like how much can you fucking change the effects of each thing and shit like that?
You and everybody else has seen me dance. Do you think I care?
I was just gonna say, I'm ready for the
real.
review of the night, dude.
Are you?
All right,
You know
dude.
what I'm ready for.
That's a big load to carry.
Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's
You gotta
time.
do it again. Okay. And I don't, unless we take calls, I don't need to put that back in. So we'll go ahead and let this guy talk. Hold on, I gotta get rid of it. Sorry, and I don't mean to derail your review.
Oh no, that's fine.
Now we're gonna talk about Demon Souls, which apparently like a lot of people are playing. Now, can I give a little bit of background on Demon Souls? Because this
Please.
is that game that came out in Japan, and people were like, "Holy fuck! How'd this game get on the top 10? What? How is it top 3? Wait, how is this game number 1?"
I was one of those people. I was like, "What
In
the fuck?"
Japan.
Yeah,
Never even
And-
heard of it.
I never even heard of it.
And this took Japan by storm. And because of that, and a lot of people talking about it, they said, yo, we'll give it a U.S. release. And it's here. And I've seen a lot of people talking about it. So,
And I'm just letting you guys know it's like a limited U.S. release. It was not available at any of the Toys R Us's to jump on.
yeah,
with their
a lot of
2-for-1 deal.
people.
You know, it was GameStop pretty much only.
A lot of people actually did ask. You know,
I bought my
I
copy
can't find
from.
it. Where do
Yep.
I find it? You know,
I got my copy from Gamers, which is one of our local stores, and I traded in a bunch of my old
Maybe that's why I should do
Nintendo,
trading in
like
some shit finally.
my GameCube and some old Xbox games since you know, my girl flooded my basement
Trashed your
and
machines.
trashed all of my classic machines. But that's a different story. And I got $114 credit,
Nice.
and so I bought Demon Souls and saved the rest of the credit for who knows what. Maybe
Modern Warfare
Uncharted
2.
2. But before I go into that, let me show you something, Wheat. We had a bet last week.
Told you I was coming out tonight.
We had a bet last week that I couldn't walk into a Blockbuster and rent Uncharted 2. And you're like, yeah, some bumfuck Blockbuster. Which Blockbuster is that from?
16th and Q. Hold
In-
on.
in the heart of
I would like to
camping.
call
campus
these guys
Blockbuster.
and be like, at what time was the individual who
Yes,
rented
Ed's there. Ed's there at
this Uncharted
10:01
2?
and it opened at
You
10
know
a.m.
he was, because Ed was just
No,
like,
I
dude, I'm
wasn't.
getting out of bed at 9 to be there at 10 so
Nope.
that I can just fucking totally.
I win.
What time were you there? Because
I was there at 11.
All right, Balloon Boy.
Right, an hour after it opened, you were able
All
to
right.
secure a copy. That's
It was for
mission.
the show.
Yeah.
So what, I mean, do you think people are going to be
Balloon
camping
Boy.
out to get it? I was trying to get it that night. So
Actually, I
I
just
think
don't
that's
wanna
the
hear
round.
about it.
That's the wrong side.
All
I
right,
think
so
you're the
I
best
owe you,
around is the
I-
one that you should be playing.
I built for China. Yes.
But let me
Congratulations.
Thank you. But let
You
me
know
get
what?
into the
It almost doesn't matter based off of what you said earlier about Uncharted 2.
What,
But
that I-
that will come next week.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I haven't really played that much. I
know.
don't have a vested interest in the hero, so the game's like
I wanna
it's
hear
okay
about
for me.
Demon
But
Souls.
we're gonna talk about
Let's talk about Demon Souls.
dude. And I'm gonna come out and tell you straight up right now.
no one's probably ever heard this before. If you've read anything about this game, you probably haven't heard this yet. But
This quite possibly is the hardest fucking game I have ever played in my entire life.
I mean, dude, we're talking all the way back to some of the 8-bit games.
I am
where
not joking, dude. This game is fucking hard. Hard. I'm at
All right.
basically
We watched some
12
footage.
hours of gameplay, and I've only killed 4 demons.
How many are there in the game?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to get through it, but it's fucking tough.
That's just
dude.
letting you know to beat 4, which is basically stages, right?
Dude, they're
Each demon is a stage. You basically beat 4 stages.
Basically, demon has its own little stage, a little area you run through, and you die a lot, dude. I die so fucking much in this game. It pisses me off to no end. But you know what I do? I fucking throw my controller. I yell. I fucking scream. I'm like, that's fucking bullshit. I parried that guy's attack. He fucking never one-shotted me before, and all of a sudden he's fucking one-shotting me now. But I pick my controller back up. I take a breath, and I'm like, dude, I've got to beat this level.
Gotta kick this dude's
I gotta
ass.
fucking beat this dude. I gotta do it. And that's what's awesome about this game. You're just compelled to keep playing and to keep going no matter how pissed you get, because the game is fucking awesome. It's one of the best games I've played so far. And I'm really, really impressed with it. And I'm going to get a little nitpicky in the review because there are some nitpicky things I have about it. You know me.
It wouldn't be a review without
it.
him.
Wouldn't be a review without me being nitpicky. So I'm going to do some nitpicking. To begin with, I spent a good hour and a half in the character creation screen.
Of the 12 hours, an hour and a half was it? So you can at least,
Because there is massive customization you can do with your characters.
so that gets a 10.
Yeah, dude, it's sweet.
Ultima Online stuff like.
Oh, dude, better than Ultima Onslaught. Like customization, like, hey, do I want to have wide fucking big eyes, or do I want little slanted eyes? Do I want fucking a big ass fucking honker nose, or do I want a fucking short
okay.
nose?
So
how high
it's
do
not
I want
just
my
what you're
cheekbones
wearing?
guard? No,
It's-
it's like everything about you, like your weight, your height, your hair. It reminds me of an improved version of like an MMO character
Okay.
customization. Like you can spend an entire like 2 hours just fucking around with your character, changing things around, trying to make them look like however you want them to do. And then on top of that, there's all sorts of classes you can pick for your characters. There's like a barbarian, there's a warrior, there's the
Right.
royalty, there's the thief, which is the class I chose to go with. There's a ranger, which was the class I was going to play. There's a mage, there's like priest, you know, there's all sorts of character this part that you're seeing right here is fucking really annoying, and I'm going to talk about it here in a minute. But there's a lot of character customization, so I like that. I like feeling like I have control of what my character looks like.
Gotcha.
If you look in the game now, we're going to get into the game a little bit. If you look into the game, you can see like there's all these people jumping at you and coming around, and this is why you die a lot. On this part in particular, you're running down this bridge, and this dragon is flying by and blowing fire at you, and while at the same time while he's blowing fire at you and you're trying not to get hit by the fire, you got to avoid people shooting arrows and then these knights at the end of the bridge. This happens right after this part that you just saw happens right after you fight a boss fight, and it's leading you up to the next boss fight, which you're probably going to see. I hope in this trailer. The bosses are giants, and they're demons, and they're fucking badass. Now, throughout the world, you can see like, dude, I know you can kill the dragon 2 inches, but fucking, I didn't have enough arrows, so blow me, homie. I enjoy the challenge. Basically, throughout
Yeah, it's a little extra challenge to the challenging game.
basically throughout the world, occasionally you'll see like a ghost image run by, and that's somebody else that's playing the game, and they're at the same point as you are. So you can see them running through, and you can like beckon at them, you can wave at them, you can say hi. It's kind of similar to
Fable 2 when you saw
Fable
those little
2 when you
crystals
saw the
floating.
little like orbs floating around.
Yeah,
in the
but you
town.
see like the people's ghosts.
You see the
right?
people's ghosts, right? So you can
God,
see them all over
How-
the place.
I know that's sort of like the big draw
Okay.
at the end of the day. I mean, like it's one of the cooler
Dude,
the
you don't
innovative
hold on.
features.
It gets better. Okay. you'll see blood spots on the ground. And if you want, you can walk up to a blood spot and you can click on it. And what you'll see is how that person died. Right? So you can be like, God, dude, how did they die there? You know, I want to know what's going on. I want to know what's happening. It's kind of like a built-in cheat mechanism for you so you can see. The other thing is, throughout the world, there are little notes on the ground, and you can leave a message to somebody. Like a message I left when on the very first level, the floor was broken out, and it looked like you could jump into the floor. And so I was like, I'm going to jump in the floor. And I did, and I died. I was like, dude, that sucked. And so the next time I got back to the floor, I left a note that said, beware of trapped floor, right?
Neat.
Trying to be friendly. If you're an asshole, though, which at times I have been in this game, I can leave a note like, just run straight forward into the floor, you know? Like, you can leave notes that are misguiding notes that is causing you to kill other players in the game. And when you die, it is so fucking aggravating, dude, because you get all the way up to, like, through this point, and then you die and you lose all the souls that you had, and you have to fight your way back up to your, like, blood spot to get your souls back. If you die,
But like,
before,
who can view those notes?
anybody that's playing the game.
That happens to be at that point at that time.
Yeah. Anybody that's playing the game at that time can read your notes. And they're there for a while. And I'm not sure how long they stay there. And maybe 2 Inches can tell me in chat. But I'm pretty sure they last for quite some time. A few hours they're on there. So there's thousands of notes everywhere. People are constantly leaving notes. So you have two forms. You have your corporal body, your physical body, and you have your soul body. If you die, you take on the soul form, and you're stuck in the nexus in your soul form. And basically all it is you're able to run around and do everything in the world like you could in your physical form, but your stats are decreased a little bit. Like your health is decreased. And the only way you can get that health back and get those stats back, and the only is 3 ways. One way is to beat a demon, and then you get it back. Another way is you get an item, either from beating a demon or from buying it from a vendor, which basically gives you your physical form back. A third way is there are another light blue notes that are laying around in the world, and if you click on that light blue note, you can assist somebody killing a demon. And if you help them kill the demon in their game, then you get your health, your life back, your physical form back.
Wow.
The final way
That
is,
sounds fucking cool
dude,
as shit.
the final way is you can invade somebody else's game and run in and kill them. And if you successfully kill them, you get warped back to your world with your health all the way back.
But is their game over?
No,
Have
they
you
just
screwed
die
them?
and they gotta.
You just throwing them into the spirit world?
Yeah, they take on their spirit form.
I
They-
mean, dude, that
So-
shit sounds like, it sounds fucking awesome. Like, it seems like that would be...
It is fucking awesome, dude.
All right, well.
It is fucking awesome. And you're wondering, like, why I couldn't put this game down and play fucking Uncharted 2. Like, I thought Uncharted 2 is sweet, but this game is fucking awesome, dude. I was so impressed by it. And I want to thank our listeners who said Ed would like this game, because you were correct.
2 Inches, like, why are you
Is this
saying
the scene
this
you tell
shit?
me about all these arrows appear around you?
Like, I'm interested.
Yeah,
I don't
saw that
understand.
no, this is the
Like,
level I'm talking about. Okay, after I had fought the blob demon, you run down this bridge, right? And then you come to this, and you walk into this room after running past the dragon, having to fight all these archers, having to fight these two massive fucking giant knights that can, like, one-shot you. They attack you, and your shield flows back, and unless you dodge, they can stab you and kill you in one shot, meaning you have to do that whole stretch of fucking land again over. Then you run into this room, and once you get into this room, you go to a cutscene, and in the cutscene, you see this tower knight, this fucking demon, and it's huge, dude. It's like all you can
Like
see
that?
is, like, yeah,
Isn't
you
there
can
one
see him
here?
right there.
Yeah.
That's him. That's the tower demon. And all along that wall are crossbow archers who are shooting at you while you're trying to fight the demon. So what you need to do is you need to start dodging the demon, run up these fucking stairs, take all the archers out before they fucking kill you, and then go back down to the first floor and figure out how you're going to take this boss down.
I mean, what is very interesting to me is that I'm not. I mean, this is the kind of control scheme that until I have a controller in my hands, I have no fucking clue
Okay.
how this game controls.
The control
I mean, you
scheme-
told me, but
The
even
control
an
scheme is
explanation
simple,
of
okay?
it, like
It's basically this: you move around with your analog stick, and you look with your right analog stick. Your R1 and R2 buttons are either shield or parry, or you can bind
Right.
them to something else like a bow or a staff. Right? There's some kind of like attack or defense mechanism. Okay.
right.
If you parry an attack in time, you can parry somebody's attack and then get an insta-kill on them. If they swing at you, like I play the Thief, if they swing at you and you dodge, you can get around behind them and backstab them and get an insta-kill. It doesn't happen a lot, and once you get the feel of the game, it'll happen a lot more often for
Right,
you.
right.
And definitely
That
I think
makes sense.
stats like skill and strength and like that, or luck and shit like that help improve.
Okay.
Okay. L1 and L2 are your attacks. Or R1 and R2 are your attacks. L1 and L2 are defense. R1 is like a quick attack. R2 is like a long, like hard attack, so you'll hit more. If you have a two-handed weapon, you're obviously going to do more damage because you're using both hands to swing.
Right.
But then you take more damage because you're not able
don't have
to
a
block,
shield or
so you
anything,
got to like
right.
dodge and things
Can
like
I?
that. All of your stuff has durability. So like there's like the environment is like there's close corner combat. So let's say I'm like fighting these guys in like a small room and I keep hitting my sword against a wall. My sword's taking damage from hitting that
I
wall.
like that.
And it's taking durability hits, right?
Interesting.
My armor is taking durability hits. So my shield is taking a durability hit when I'm like fighting things. You know, sometimes you'll fight like stone mobs. Like, and you're trying to use like a slashing or piercing weapon against them. It's not doing very much damage, and your weapon's taking a lot of.
So are
like,
you
durability
swapping
hits.
out weapons?
Yeah,
You buying a
so
lot?
you can
finding
buy
gear?
weapons, you can find weapons, so you'll want
Is
to
it
use
like-
like blunt objects.
The Diablo-ish? I mean, are you constantly looking forward to getting loot too?
Yeah, you get loot, but you can upgrade the shit that you have. There's loot always laying around that you can pick up and you can upgrade.
It sounds like the kind of game that would actually really do well with an awesome loot
Now,
system. like
here are the things
Wait.
that I can't.
that.
Okay,
I
go
want to
ahead.
ask one question here.
Okay.
Just based off of, and I want to rewind a little bit, going back to like the whole death thing and, you know, sort of how it's interactive with other players playing. Does that mean in like a year when some guy picks this up off of the used shelf that he's going to have less of an experience because no one else is playing
I don't
it at
think
the
so.
time?
I think with the depth of characters that you can pick from, like I'm gonna try and play through with the thief class, and then I'm gonna want to play through.
I
Yeah,
would
but you
assume
won't be
there's
playing
always
it
a
as
strategy
I
guide.
want
Like,
to
you would
play. I want to
need
play
these
through
notes
with
and
like
stuff.
a mage next, and then I want to play with a priest. I want to try with a ranger. I want to see how the game is different with the different character classes. So I think there is.
How about this?
definite
But not
replay
a year's
value.
worth of
You got to
replay
understand,
value.
a lot of people
Is
are playing
it?
it with no internet connectivity at all. I mean, the game's got to be designed from that standpoint to be able to play
Probably.
without
You're
the
probably
internet.
right. I was just asking. It was just like a, you know,
Okay,
inquiry.
my problems with the game.
Yeah, let's hear about the problems.
Targeting. The fucking targeting system is kind of annoying. Basically, if you use your right or R3, basically click down, it auto targets for you, and then you can just click and it'll change targets quickly for you. I mean, it's very intuitive and it's easy to use. It's kind of a pain in the ass to do. And sometimes, like when there's a bunch of mobs on the screen and you're attacking one and then you flick over to another one, it'll flick one like behind and like right, not next to you. And so that's kind of annoying. And like the monsters, sometimes like you'll be swinging at one and it's like right in front of you, but like you're not swinging at it because you don't have it targeted. And I think the targeting also works two ways. Like, so if I don't have a monster targeted and we're fighting each other, like he'll be swinging or it'll be swinging at me and I'll be standing like right in front of it. But since I don't have it targeted, sometimes it's not hitting me. It's like swinging at something else that's not there.
That is crazy. Actually.
It's not to the It's
Is
not
the
to the
camera
point.
good too?
The camera's the camera's
Fine.
good. Yeah, the
Okay.
camera's fine. It's not to the point that it's like ruining the gameplay for me. It's just more kind of tedious and kind of annoying. So that kind of upsets me. Another thing is there's no vendor.
What
And
do you? I heard
maybe-
you go back
maybe
to
I
like a
haven't-
hub town. Is that the way it
Maybe
works?
you go to what's called the Nexus, and it's like this little area, and you can buy spells, or you can go and talk to the like the Black Maiden who like ups your like stats and things like that. You can buy items to like upgrade your weapons or like repair your weapons, things like that. It's just like a little small hub basically, and within that hub are different little tower or different like monuments that you can go to that take
But you're
you
telling
to
me
the
that they
different
sell the
levels.
shit that would be available at a vendor. What are you missing?
You can't you personally can't sell the shit that you pick up.
Oh, so,
So
is there
all
even,
the,
what
like,
do you
the
do for
trash-
currency?
You just kill things.
Those souls are what
yeah,
you use?
the souls is what is currency. So like I have like a fucking billion like wooden shields, you know, and like
You have to drop them, or hold on. There are
there vendors? Because I have not found a vendor.
there is
yet.
a vendor in each world. Says 2. You unlock vendors from freeing them through progressing and progressing through the game.
Okay. Thank you. 2 inches, because apparently I haven't gotten far enough yet to have a vendor, and I'm 12 hours
Failed,
in.
or maybe just in
and I'm
12 hours in,
12
yeah.
hours in. So
they're probably like, save me, and you're like, die.
No. So yeah, the whole vendor thing is kind of annoying. The fact that fucking
He still says though you can't sell anything.
who does
2 inches.
2 inches? Yeah, you can't. You just have a bunch of fucking trash.
You just want to be able to like.
yeah.
I got you.
The soundtrack's fairly decent, and when I bought the game from Gamers, they gave me a CD
Oh
with
my
the soundtrack. So I've been rolling
Like,
around,
thanks.
looking stumping to that. No, I haven't. And
I did this on my Beaterator.
and a concept art book, which is kind of cool. And the art of the game is very neat. It's very dark, very gothic. You know, there's this, and D-Ro was kind of explaining to me that like there's this big goth movement sweeping through Japan right now, like a big gothic movement. And so,
There right now.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been
What
going on
was
for like
gothic
13
about it?
years
It looked
now,
like you were
actually
killing the same nights and stuff you'd done before.
No, the feel is very gothic, dude. It's very dark and like it's gothic.
Are you dead and like dealing with the netherworld?
Yeah,
the
you're
afterworld and shit?
dead. Like the game starts like they're like, "Oh, hey wanderer, go into the mist." And you like go into the mist and there's this big demon there and he fucking one-shots you. And I was like, "Sweet, this game's pretty cool." And then it went to a cutscene and then they put me into the Nexus and I was like, "Yeah, that's awesome." So you can equip anything, you can use anything, and your stats basically affect how you can use it, how effective it's going to be. Like if you're trying to use like a crossbow and you don't have the strength to hold it, it says you have a weapon deficiency, and so it's not going to do as much damage or not as much range or things like that. So the stats definitely play an important role in your character.
So okay, so there's a couple things here because it sounds like this is a game that you would suggest to people.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
So the problem is that I looked for it.
I got dibs on it, dude, just to let you
It
know.
is very difficult to find here.
Like
for some
I've had a
reason.
bunch of guys that have IM'd me and
I
said,
lucked out,
I
dude.
can't fucking find Demon Souls anywhere.
I lucked out. I called the store and they told me they had one left, and I was like, "Fucking, this is Hutch, bitch." And they're like, "Yeah, we know." No,
Amazon.
Well, hold that shit.
we're gonna hold that shit. No, the game is fucking awesome, and I hope that you can find it. If you can't find it, I'm sure you can buy it online somewhere, can't you?
I will.
sure.
By the way, I know that it's wrapping up. There's like it sounds like there's some guys that just want to call in and just like
Basically,
jizz all
on
over
the
this
on
title.
the
So I
on
guess
the,
we'll give them that ability to do that.
the Ed
See if
imposed
that works.
rating system for video games that we have here on Epileptic Gaming. Whether I'd rent it, buy it, or borrow it, I would definitely buy this.
Buy
game.
it. This one looks like a
This is a
buyer.
game that you'd want to
Doesn't
buy.
sound like you
because-
could do shit in this game as a rental. To be honest,
I don't think you could really. I mean, you could for a little bit, but I think the gameplay depth and the replay value alone warrants you to buy this game. It's dope, dude. So I'm really thank you, listening audience, for suggesting this game to me. I am in debt to you for that. I very, very much appreciate it.
you know. Does anyone else find it funny that like Ed will diss the like the just like the games where you just like, how can you even diss it? And then like this obscure sort of game
hard
comes
ass
out.
beat your
I'm
face
not saying
game.
it's bad. I'm just, sorry to just do that again. But it's just like, I mean, you definitely kind of like. Do you
Both
understand
of you
why?
are weird?
Well, I mean,
We'll just throw that out there.
there might be some truth to that. But do you understand why the Japanese love this game?
Oh yeah, clearly,
Okay.
dude.
Okay.
It's a grind. It's definitely a grind,
Okay.
but it's
All
worth
right.
it.
2 inches. What's up?
Hey, what's up?
Yo.
I just wanted to say, Ed, I am so pumped that you love this game.
Thanks, buddy.
Like, this is like eating up all my time right now. I cannot stop playing this. It was
you
hard
far
to
in
go
it?
to Uncharted.
How many demons have you slayed?
He's beat it
I'm
already,
almost
I
done
think.
my second playthrough.
So how long did one playthrough take you?
It took me around like 29 hours.
20. And now, does that include the time it takes you while you're dead?
Yeah.
That's not bad. That sounds beatable.
Like,
29
I
hours
played-
sounds like a long time.
The
What?
Thief is a really hard class to start with.
That's the class I started with, was the thief. I think if I would have picked like the knight or the barbarian, I could just cleave my way through. But like the thief doesn't do a shit ton of damage, and so you got to be fucking sneaky. and
What's
fucking-
thiefy
Right.
about it if you're not really stealing shit from people? Like, why be a
Crit
thief?
hits.
So, like, you have a higher crit rating when you're a thief. So like you're one a lot of dudes, but you take a ton of damage.
Yeah, dude, you fucking eat a
How do you
lot
heal
of
yourself?
damage.
You never mentioned that. Do you carry potions?
You pick up items. There's potions that you can get, but like this is also what makes it very hard because like the demons sometimes are very fucking stingy and don't drop shit.
Yep.
Like so, you may be
Yeah,
out
the
of
thief also
potions.
has a higher drop rate too.
Yeah.
So you can't just like get uber potions and grind your way through a level. It's constantly
You're
No.
going to die.
running out of shit.
You're going to play
Well,
the
and that's
game,
the problem
and
with
you're
grinding.
going to die. Bottom line.
What's the
The
problem?
problem with grinding too is like say you die and you lose your souls. Your souls are how you level up. So if you come out of a stage with 0 souls, you can't put anything into leveling because you have nothing. So you got to go back in and farm to start leveling up some more.
But if you die, you lose.
Yeah,
all
I
that
don't understand how
progress
you
made.
farm when you have to beat the boss to get anything.
You can go back
So like
to the
every
Nexus at any
mob you
time.
kill gets you souls.
Yeah.
So like you'll be going through and you'll end up with like 600 souls, and then you go back to town and you like go to the chick who levels you and you give her your
so
souls.
you can go back to town
and you get
before you
level
have to
points
fight
out
the
of it.
You
boss.
can go back to town at any time.
Okay.
Yeah, but every time you leave the Nexus, everything respawns. Like you can unlock shortcuts to make the level shorter, so you're just like sneaking through stuff.
Okay.
But every time you go back, every enemy is still there except for the boss.
And what is this about the death exploit that's going to ruin the game?
What death exploit?
I don't know. Valkyron says, tell him about the death exploit.
Yeah, I want to know about this.
Yeah, what's up?
What is it? I want to try it.
I don't know any death exploit yet.
He doesn't know it.
I don't
but
either.
You know
dude.
what?
I
think
don't
2
either, and
inches
I
is
know
lying.
I have died enough that I would fucking stumble upon a death exploit.
2 inches is
But there's
lying like a
nothing
dog.
better. There's nothing better than invading another player's game and just wrecking them.
Dude,
Can you
that
turn
part
that
Because they'll be like
sounds
hanging out, just
awesome.
killing a mob, and you just go in and just own them.
Have
and
you
then
been
done.
owned? Have you been
Oh,
owned
yeah, I've
like
been
way
wrecked
deep
before.
in a stage and been pissed that someone came into your game and killed
Yeah.
you?
Now,
And then that motivates you to go into someone else's world.
so
to take
two
the
inches-
down.
my question is, the way you get into that is there's the item that you get, right? That.
Yeah, there's 3 stones. There's the blue one, which lets you like join with another player.
Yeah.
The white one, I completely forgot what that does. I've never used it. And then there's the black one, which lets you invade another player's
And
game.
it
So you have
ha-
to earn the ability to go into other games?
You get it when you kill the first demon. You get the 3 stones.
Yeah.
But you can only invade it if they've left a mark down, right? That says "Come help me" or something. Is that right? Or you?
No, like say you want to go into someone else's game. You put down the blue stone, and it leaves a mark on the ground.
Right.
Someone else sees that, and they summon you to their game. Invading, it's just like anyone who's open, basically. Like anybody's game who's online.
Yeah. See,
There's
I haven't,
items and stuff that make it less likely, but anyone's open.
I haven't invaded a game. I tried, but it won't let me
Oh my
use my
God.
stone. So
This is when you die, before you completely reload, turn off your PS3 and turn it back on, because I know that I love cheats that involve me like just killing my PS3 while it's saving data. Then you will
okay.
reload
Yeah, my
your
roommate
save.
did that, and I yelled at him for it.
You will be right before where you died with all your souls.
It doesn't matter because you can go back to your body and pick your souls up.
Yeah, but what if your
Nah,
body?
my roommate
isn't your
did that,
body
and
usually going to
I
be at
yelled
the
at
end
him about
boss?
No,
When you have to fight
dude.
through an entire stage.
No, because the fucking mobs are so hard. Like you'll fucking die getting to the boss.
Yeah, but aren't you going to die at the end boss usually the first time you see him to learn until
Yeah.
you learn him? Well, doesn't that mean you have to go back all the way through the entire stage to get back to your body?
Yeah, and then your body's still
Yeah.
there in the room with the boss.
This game has 0 win buttons.
Yeah, there is no start win.
That's
It's-
actually not a terrible thing in this grand, industry.
I probably would
that
have
we're in,
discovered
where
that
there is-
exploit. There's been quite a few times where I've
No,
booted, booted my
this game is
shit
a
off
breath of
before it's
fresh
had a
air.
chance to save.
Interesting. All right. Well, so do you have any suggestions on where someone could pick this up if they wanted to indeed check it out?
Jordan was saying Amazon had a bunch of copies.
All right, Amazon. I would say online retailers. are
Amazon's
probably
still
the way to
pimping
go.
their limited edition. I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was the other, like you guys were saying, like 9 months down the line, like will people still be playing this?
Yes.
My roommate started playing offline, and he's having a blast with it. I mean, I call him a pussy because he's not getting killed, but
Okay. I mean,
like,
I wasn't.
he's having fun with the offline.
All right. I was just curious if that, obviously it adds something to the game, but you don't necessarily need it in order to, enjoy
Yeah,
the
like
game.
there's different
Gotcha.
ways to play each stage.
Gotcha.
Like,
Gotcha.
say there's a guy that wants you to help him. If you help him, like, you're doing good, so your soul is, like, white. And there's certain enemies that will only appear in the stage if you have a pure white soul. If you kill him, then he's black, and then you won't get to see those enemies.
Okay.
Like, it does
Dude,
a
the
really
game-
weird,
Sounds like a cool
white
The
and black
game
enemy.
has layers and layers of depth to it, and it's pretty dope, dude.
All right. All right. Well, hey, Two Inches, I appreciate your call, brother.
No problem.
I want to play it right now. I
you?
can't believe we're just so overwhelmed with shit. I want to play
know.
Uncharted.
Thanks, Two Inches.
I got to
Peace.
get on Brutal Legend,
But-
and then I got to freaking play this. I got to try to get it all done before Borderlands comes out. Got
I
to play
know.
through Borderlands before Modern Warfare.
And then
owns
I'm
us.
all
It's just-
stoked
I feel
for-
the crunch.
for DJ Hero to come out, and I don't know how much time I'm actually gonna. And guys, I'm not gonna take any more calls. That was gonna be it. Thank you, 2 Inches, for your call. Kind of back it up. And you know what? Next week, I think we only got 2 games, right?
What, Brutal Legend and Uncharted?
Brutal Legend, Uncharted.
Only 2. Just
we
2
will
little games.
promise to get open phones in next week. Promise. But
He's
we are
promising. I'm not getting behind that promise.
Why not?
Because I want to talk about Uncharted 2 for days.
Well, yeah, but don't you want to talk about it with other people too?
Not really. Their opinions don't matter. They're not going to change anything I have.
So
to
you
say.
know what? After 2 weeks, I would say that spoilers are no longer
and
applying.
I won't even be here for the first half of the show next week.
Why? Because that your first.
Teen night at our school. I'm running the video game room.
Oh my!
Dude, none of us may be here next week
What do you
because
mean?
we are jumping out of a
we're
plane.
Jumping out of an
Oh,
airplane.
yeah.
So
Oh, wow. That just kind of made my stomach a little sick. Thank you for reminding me about that.
So, I'll talk with you after how the fuck we're gonna do that. Ed will have to read some news.
I'll read some news.
Da-da.
So
Actually,
this
I'm
weekend,
very articulate and I know how to
you
read
are.
a script.
You are. I do know that about you. We are. Well, I know I am going to be finishing up Uncharted this weekend, getting into Brutal Legend. Demon Souls. I don't think I can go buy another game, so I'm gonna. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that one, but I guess I'll just wait until.
I beat it. I told you. I already called
March
him Ed and said
rolls
you let me
around,
borrow it when you're
says-
done.
All right, so Borderlands coming out next week. Big
Borderlands
time I'm
looks
looking forward-
dope, dude.
Yeah.
4-player co-op, dude. I
Dude,
hope
I'm
you're
gonna have
thinking
to
about
buy.
it.
I think I'm gonna buy Borders.
Yeah, that's what you should do with your
Borderlands.
credit, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's. Deborah wants me to buy DJ Hero, but I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna buy a game. I'm not even gonna play.
I appreciate all those people like really trying to tell me to go fuck Brutal Legend in the ass and like just return it before I even play it. But like it's like I don't think people realize that I want to play it because it's got someone's name on it.
Oh, Tim Schafer, dude.
Exactly.
We are going to fucking play that shit, and we're going to love it.
That's exactly.
people.
So, I mean, no one can say anything to me.
Jack Black.
Well, it doesn't matter, dude. Tim Schafer, automatically greater than Jack Black when it comes to anything video game related.
Yeah,
Just end
but
of the
you don't
fucking
get to hear Tim Schafer
argument.
in the game. You fucking hear Jack Black's fucking annoying ass.
All right, let's wrap this show up. I don't need to hear this fucking weak ass.
That's because you love Jack Black, dude.
I don't love him. He's okay to me.
I totally
He's better than half
agree.
the shit that we get in fucking video game voice acting. I'm not gonna bitch about Jack Black.
I'm not either. Amen to that. You will be seeing me on my PS3 playing Brutal Legend this weekend.
I will not be seeing you on that PS3.
After
I will be playing.
Once I'm done with Uncharted 2, it shall be put back into its holy.
You're not gonna play
dustbin.
You're all like, we gotta play.
What?
We gotta play co-op, dude. We gotta.
After we're done with Uncharted, I will never touch my PS3 again for months.
Do the Mario swing your arms.
All right, guys.
Side to side. Come on. It's time to go.
Although I will say the mag beta is downloading right now while the show's going on.
What's downloading?
The freaking mag beta. It's freaking took forever to get that download the program. Then the program had to update. Then I have to download 3.5 gigs for it, dude. So I'll be
No shit.
maybe talk about that next week too.
And you can only play it in certain windows.
I don't know nothing about it.
Take one step.
And then when again,
Let's do the
right, let's do it,
Mario
dude. This
all
is
together
together
now.
now.
All right, bitches. On behalf of Nice Guy Ed, Force, and djWHEAT, this has been another edition of Epileptic Gaming 191. Quick fact. Did you happen to know that episode 200 is on January 1st, 2010?
wow, dude, crazy.
Don't know that.
Peace, bitches.